MoJo 50. The question isn't who's going to let us. The question is who's going to stop us. Adjust your mojo now. Thank you. The mothership has landed. Doc Thompson. Brad Staggs. The mighty MoJo 50.
It's magic. I'm tricking you, and you don't like it. That's what's going on.
Yeah, it just disappeared.
The
right
card
in front
just
of my
disappeared.
face.
That's
Yes.
in honor of Vegas. I'm doing a little magic tricks here at the booth at the SHOT Show.
Magic
Doc
trick.
Thompson, Brad Staggs, and engineer
Ron Phillips.
Stuart Phillips. Ron Phillips is here with this whale. It's kind of your bonus edition of the Daily MoJo today. 2 hours of fun and excitement and things happening and going on.
We're giving it to you free.
Absolutely free. Normally people charge for this additional content, and we could.
We could, yes.
We could absolutely, and we'd be justified.
But it's free.
But it's absolutely free. We got all kinds of really good stuff coming to the SHOT Show. More and more people fun. It seems to be bigger today. Maybe people get in late. Do you think that's what it is on Tuesday?
Maybe. There does seem to be a lot of people.
Well, I'm less drunk today, too.
I
so
think
maybe
that
that's
could be
the
it.
reason
You know, when
seems
you're
bigger as
sober,
well.
it looks like a larger crowd.
It does. It absolutely does. I know it's warmer today.
Yes, it is.
It was warm at the floor upstairs.
Fifth floor.
The fifth floor.
I just wanted to lay down in a corner and take a little nap.
So exciting, and yet the heat is making me want to sleep.
Yes.
It's really good stuff. But we come across a whole bunch of exciting people and products and gadgets that we're going to share with you in the next couple of hours or whatever. First up is Chris from LWC Camp Company. Chris, how are you, sir?
Not too bad. How are you guys doing today?
Doing real well. What is LWC Camp Company, Inc.?
So C-Camp, we're based out of Massachusetts. We make a line of very concealable, as you can see.
You brought a gun to the table.
I did. We make a 25, a 32, and a 380.
Actually, I've heard.
Okay, I never. Okay, so 25s are still being made.
They are. You know, it's become a popular caliber just for people getting new into the concealed carry market that might not be comfortable yet with some larger calibers. It's a great entry level. caliber.
I have an old.
This is an awesome design.
I think it's a Colt 25.
Sure. Yeah.
And it was my father-in-law's, and it is the coolest little gun. I can feel.
How many in the
that
clip?
Thing.
6 in the mag, 1 in the chamber.
Oh, I mean the mag is what I mean.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, it's very respectable. For
that
size.
is, and they're so fun. I mean, you can conceal it in your hand, and the kick on.
There it is.
Yeah, it's just a fun.
That is so 7. You said 6 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber.
6 in the mag, 1 in the chamber. Yeah.
This is awesome.
It's all solid stainless, very polished.
I love when you rack it back. Do you see that? And the hinge basically on it there.
And that's the one thing with the old Colt. When the round is going up the ramp, it jams sometimes.
You know, on some of the earlier models, earlier on, when people really started getting into those concealed carry pistols, the jamming was a problem. You know, with C-Camp, we've kind of overcome that. It is a hollow point only firearm.
Okay. Oh, you know, that's 25. You said.
That in your hand, that's a 380.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a little over 14 ounces, fully loaded. And, you know, like I said, it just tucks in a pocket and disappears. I mean, it's all about convenience. You know, you get a lot of people out there that, I only carry a 45. Right. And, well, you know, that 45 that's back home in your safe isn't doing you much good.
Right.
You know, just because
Well, this is small enough. I could carry this in my brassiere.
Yes, you could.
I could do that.
Exactly.
So I had a buddy of mine growing up. His dad in our hometown was a cop.
Yep.
And he would, he carried, usually after being shot once during a traffic stop, he carried all kinds of things with him.
Yep.
But he would also carry something about this size. Yep. Even if he had other guns on him, this was one that he always made sure he had. It's just your extra go-to, you know. I mean,
exactly. You never know what's going to happen.
It's a backup.
Yeah,
and it's just that ability to just carry it, you know.
So how long have you guys been around? A long time.
So C-Camp originated in the late 70s. They first started with double-action conversions on like the old Colt Combat Commanders, the old 45s. Him and his father, Larry and his father, came up with the first design for the 25, and that was the original C-Camp. It got very popular very quick, and that kind of led to the 32. And the 32 was the mainstay of C-Camp for many years until in the early 2000s we came up with the 380. And even to this day, our 32 and 380, they're the smallest semi-autos available in their caliber.
Is 380? There was a point where 380 ammo was. That's been a couple years, I guess. Was getting kind of scarce.
It was, but again, there's been this resurgence that you see with a lot of the manufacturers out there, with 380s making a comeback.
Right. So.
Even 32. You know, you've got a lot of ammo manufacturers that are putting some real time into making some really quality.
Oh, it's confusing. You go to like Cabela's or Bass Pro Shops. You go to the ammo aisle. It's like, wow.
There's so many brands too, right?
I mean, your eyes go cross just looking at everything.
Yeah. And it's like, how can something with one little digit difference be so different and not fit in my weapon?
Exactly.
So you got all the makers, then you got the sizes, and then you got the special different types.
It's getting to the point you just got to call the guy behind the counter. I need to, and he tells you and he gets it.
Absolutely.
That is such a.
So
cool
are you guys hanging out here, just trying to encourage more people to experience?
We've been around for a while, but the biggest issue earlier on was about 4 or 5 years ago. Our wait time for our pistol was probably 2.5 years.
Oh wow, you were back
we had
that far.
A huge backlog.
Wow.
So we kind of kept a low profile. We didn't want to make a situation with that backlog worse.
Right.
We've been slowly bringing our production up over the past couple of years. Our biggest factor is we don't want to compromise the quality of the firearm. So we've been slowly scaling up. This is our 3rd year at SHOT Show now. We've had a great response. We get 1 of 2 responses from everybody, and that's, who are you guys? Wow, this firearm's awesome. I've never seen it before. Or you get the guys going, C Camp. You guys are still around. Yeah. That's awesome. And it's just been great.
Cool.
It's been a very positive.
The thing is, with a lot of smaller guns, they feel too small or almost fragile, if that makes sense.
Yep.
This is solid.
Exactly. I mean, you got a lot of options out there that are polymer injection molded, and it makes for a lower expense, firearm just to kind of get yourself in,
Sure.
But with the C Camp, it's solid stainless. It's like you said, it's something substantial in your hand. You've got something, but it still keeps its real small size, and
it looks elegant, actually.
I was going to say classic.
It's very elegant. It's almost like a James Bond.
I've got a lot of guys that call me and talk to me regularly. Oh yeah, that's C Camp. I love it. When I'm wearing a suit, I'm dressed up. I slip that in my pocket, and like you said, I got a James Bond.
You know what? No, you're right. It's upscale then.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you could almost show people to party almost as an accoutrement, an accessory, right?
Sure. There's nothing I like better than to whip out my gun at a party.
Who doesn't?
Hey, guys, take a look at this.
Well, I know I like it when you do.
Yeah,
I know I like you.
Yep.
Where can people find out more about C Camp?
Sure. We're distributed by MG, and also you can go to our website at ccamp.com. Everyone makes the mistake of thinking it's SEA. It's actually SEECAMP.
Awesome. ccamp.com. Get all the details.
Cool.
Chris, thanks so much. Appreciate you joining us here.
Thank you very much.
Man.
You guys take care.
Cool.
So, we are live from SHOT Show. And if you're looking for whether it's a C Camp or any gun, of course, you can go to traguns.com. That's traguns.com. You go there and you can check out all the different makers and models that they have. In fact, we were talking with Kirk from TRA Guns just a little while ago. And you got an issue there? There you go. I'm not hearing you.
There I am.
With TRA Guns, and he was explaining how they're just amping up. And if you want to see Camp or others, just check it out. Just go to traguns.com.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. There's food now on the table.
I get you.
You were being overpowered by White Castles.
I understand. Which a lot of people have that that reaction.
You know what? It's possible. I may have died and gone to heaven. We're at a show with guns, and there's food in front of me.
The naked women come by, you're all set.
Well,
there it is.
They're inside.
So what other cool things have you seen when we were on the 5th floor, for example?
The 5th floor, let's see here. All right, let's talk about the tender buck.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about that because it's one of, as a hunter.
Did you put the video out yet? Not yet.
Okay. I haven't. But you walk by, if you're not a hunter, it can be rather shocking to see. Sorry.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. It is an electroshock device that you connect to your game after the game is down, and it keeps the hormones from circulating through because it keeps the blood moving. That's the most delicate.
Do you want me to help
way.
you?
Please do.
All right. So Brad and I go up to a booth. Guy's got a car battery. With electrodes on the end,
it's shocking.
Little clamps, and a video of a deer carcass being electrocuted.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Hey, what do you do?"
It's fascinating.
What was it called again?
Tenderbuck.
Tenderbuck. So check that out. Tenderbuck.
It's great for hunters.
Oh, once I saw it and he explained it, it was amazing. But the video is so shocking. Brad's like, I'm not shooting this. And I'm like, the audience will understand. Trust me. Did you see the Tenderbuck?
The Tenderbuck upstairs.
The car battery for deer.
It's
Have a seat, Hunter Matlock.
Yeah. Well, because if you don't prepare venison the right way, it tastes like crap.
So let me explain what he does though. So you basically hook the electrodes up immediately after you shoot a deer, and you put one to the front end and one to their back end.
Yep.
And the first thing it does is it causes it to bleed out much faster.
Yeah, I saw where he shoved the knife into the jugular. I saw that.
Okay, so
I think I know what you're talking about now.
It surges. It's not one solid zap. It goes bzzzt, 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 like this.
I don't think you saw it. You'd know if you saw it.
No, you knew.
Okay.
So you see the deer's legs and head jolts still, even though it's
dead.
Yeah.
But you also see out of the hole the blood come out.
Right.
So by getting the blood out of it, it's obviously going to be tender right there, and then it prevents rigor mortis from setting in as soon. Which a lot of people will instantly clean it and then put the meat away, but this gives you a little more time and stuff too.
Right.
But when you walk up and see this guy and he hooks the electrodes up, the first thing you see the carcass in the video, and he takes the electrode, the little clamp on the end, and just clamps it on the deer's eye. Right in the eyeball.
Right in the eye. Yes.
And the other one on his tail. And Brad's like, oh my gosh.
It's fascinating to look at, but it's just
shocking.
And
then the little,
literally.
Yes.
Yes.
And then the deer's legs going, sticking straight out.
I've never
Pretty
gone deer hunting.
So here's the thing, too. So when you do shoot a deer and you field dress a deer, I mean, you cut them from esophagus to butthole. I mean, and you pull everything out. It's just what you do. Now, what you'll do is what we do in Indiana. Some people will process their own.
Right.
They'll skin it, and they'll do all that themselves. And I take mine to a processor, and what you do to make that meat.
You still field clean it, though, right?
Yeah, you still field dress it. But what that processor will do, and people don't understand this, you can do this with beef. You can do this with hog. You can do this with deer. If you hang it longer, the meat will be more tender.
And that they had I think was it an elk hanging?
Yeah.
Yes.
And the same situation.
It's aged is what they call that. So your Kobe beef,
Yep.
you aged your meat
by
hanging it.
And their slogan at tenderbuck.com, I like my meat stimulated.
Right. And who does not? I can't believe you didn't find them yet.
I think I saw the video of the deer do it, but it's up there in the 5th floor.
Yeah.
I think I saw that. Now I'm going to tell you what.
It's a cool product.
It's an awesome product. It's
that is
stunning.
It is shocking.
Shocking.
It is. Well, if, as a person, I'm not a hunter technically.
And I love the guy. I don't know if he's the owner or the manager or whatever, but he's just so calm and casual.
Yes, he is.
Well, first you take this and you attach it to one end of the deer onto its eyeball. And we're like, okay.
Wow.
God bless him.
So that's well, and the thing is, when we're at SHOT Show in Vegas at the Sands Expo Center, the SHOT Show is not just guns.
No, it's all kinds of accessories.
It's hunting as well. It's outdoors. It's all of these things. So there's a lot of different products.
There's
out
manufacturing. I mean, I was just up there at that Cleveland Oxidizing.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Oh my God, that guy's a riot.
What does SHOT stand for?
What SHOT? That's a great question. I don't know.
I can tell you.
What does it stand for?
Shooting, hunting, and outdoor trade.
There you go. Well, yeah, we had the guy on yesterday with the Obsession bows.
Right.
I mean, that's a fantastic product. You've got Mossy Oak. I mean, you've got ammunition. You've got guns. You've got optics.
And you know what? Going back to the Tenderbuck, we had probably the same reaction without the fear that a person who's never shot a gun has. Because it's something you don't –
you don't get it, right.
Right. I took the time, and it's like, that makes perfect sense. It's a great tool.
Right.
I'm not worried he's going to hook it up to me.
That would be interesting. Can we Facebook Live that? Hook that up to Brad, just see what happens?
But my point is education. If guns to people on the left, when they get scared, it's like,
okay,
let me explain this to you.
There you go.
It's a tool.
So that was an interesting
That's
find.
What she said.
We had some other interesting finds as well. I think you posted the duck video.
The duck, the decoy. Have you seen that
duck
one?
decoys?
I have not.
It looks like the duck is diving,
It is
constantly
the
diving.
Really?
It is
back
the
up and diving.
most realistic.
You said you hunt. Do you ever duck hunt?
I do not duck hunt. I'm terrible at shooting things in the sky. I'm not good at it because you have to lead the bird.
Sure.
And I'm really bad at that. I've never duck hunted. I've dove hunted before. I pigeon, or not pigeon,
Beaver?
No, not beaver. I'm trying to think.
Prairie dog.
No, no. I'll remember it later. Marsupials, yes.
Duck Creek decoys.
Would you look?
It is the coolest decoy I have
that?
ever seen.
Meerkats.
I'm bad at ducks hunting. Pheasant. That's why I was
Would
pheasant.
you ever go big game hunting? Would you
Yes.
ever do that over in Africa?
I would do that.
Safari?
Yes.
I'd do that. That'd be cool. How about you?
I would do that just to experience
Yeah.
it. But, the thing is.
Would you really shoot one of those majestic animals?
Not unless I was going to eat it.
Okay.
Because that. As a hunter, I'm not shooting anything I don't eat.
Okay.
Period. And that's just me. If I'm going to shoot it, I'm going to
Would
eat
you
it.
try elephant?
Yes. I would try it. If I was going to shoot it, yes.
Okay. How about giraffe? Would you try giraffe?
Probably not. I don't know if I'd eat giraffe. And I
Takes a
probably
long time to swallow giraffe.
That's what I've heard.
Horrible.
That's what I've heard. So
What
there we go. Do we have a company wants to come in here, sit down? Then I gotta get the heck out of the way.
What else did you see that was really cool, Brad? What was the other thing after the
we saw the sports bra, which we haven't posted yet.
Oh, we put up there? We put up the gentleman we had on the air this morning.
Oh, the camera. Yeah, the Aurora camera from Psionics.
We did share that, right? Yes. Yeah.
That
You've
went
got to
up
go
there.
see it. Follow MoJo's Twitter account. Did we do Facebook or just Twitter on those?
We just did Twitter.
Twitter across the Real Brad Staggs, Doc Thompson
posted
Show,
both places.
and MoJo 50 Radio. Check all of those out. But you've got to see the night vision on this.
Oh, it's
Spectacular.
stunning.
It's amazing. You
I've
really
been-
cannot believe it's not daytime.
I've been around cameras for decades. I mean, like 2 decades because I'm only like 24.
Sure.
But it is the most amazing image I've ever seen from a night
It
camera.
looks like daytime.
Yes.
Color, the whole thing.
It is wild.
Check it out. It's at Doc Thompson Show, at Real Brad Staggs, and at MoJo 50. Hi there. How are you?
Hello. I'm well. How are you?
Doing well. What do you got there?
Good.
Fitness FCS Combat Systems.
Say your name because I'm not even
Yes,
going to try.
I'm not going to try.
How do you?
My name is Chetin Da Vinci. I just go by Chet.
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 That's easy. That's
Okay.
easy. Chet and Da Vinci, how are you, sir?
I'm well. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. So what is fitnesscombatsystems.com?
Fitness Combat Systems is the first weighted replica firearms with a resistance band designed for resistance training and conditioning.
Okay, you're going to have to explain.
Okay. It's a practice firearm that has the weight and feel of a real firearm instead of like the blue pistols you normally train with.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
This is a. It'll give you the sensory, the muscle memory because it's the
Oh,
same weight and everything.
gotcha.
Am I right?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay.
Our receiver starts at 15 pounds, and then you can add weight to the stock and to the barrel. The magazines are weighted. It has a functioning trigger, functioning charging handle.
Brilliant. Brilliant idea.
Thank
Now,
you.
is this your company?
Me and my business partner, Corey Schwindeman.
Awesome. Now, how
Are
long
you the smart one or is he?
He is. I'm the pretty one.
Wow.
That's why I was on the radio.
Wow, I don't want to see him then.
You guys are,
Amen.
you guys based in Kansas City?
Yes, sir. We're out of Kansas City, Missouri.
How long have you been around?
We got our utility patents in May. We've been working on this project for about
that's
2.5 years. So once we got our utility patents, we signed up for SHOT Show immediately.
Right. So how do you come up with the idea? Take us back. Give us how this came about.
Actually, my business partner, Corey Schwindeman, he builds ARs, and he was building an AR for a left-handed veteran. So while he was building it, he came up with the concept that people need to be ambidextrous with their training. You can train with the left, train
Right.
with the right,
Right.
And it just becomes a total body system. With this one, it gets weighted up to 35 pounds. So once you go back to your standard weighted AR, it's like
It's such a simple idea.
It
Like
is.
they say, all the best ideas are the simple. I can't believe no one's done this before.
you and me both.
Yeah. And thank
Wow.
gosh they haven't, right?
Thank goodness.
There you go.
Wow.
So you're at SHOT Show, obviously gearing up. Are you, people order online? Are you just through distributors or?
We're actually looking for manufacturing and distributing.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're here to meet everybody.
So you
okay,
have the
good.
prototype, and you're
Yes, sir.
You're ready to go into production on this.
And
Yes, sir.
That's really difficult to try to find manufacturers. You got to get the right manufacturer. Make sure you don't get somebody who's not going to make you a priority. They can deliver on time. All of those things. That's tricky to find.
That's right. That's why we came to SHOT Show, because if we're going to find him, we're going to find him here.
Are you
Right.
having any luck?
So far, so good.
Yep.
Yeah, we've talked to a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah, yeah. That's
a lot of
tricky
people
though.
talk
I
to.
mean, and you're looking for specific companies that could do something like this, right?
Indeed. Our ideal target is military or law enforcement, but we're also open to the civilian market as well.
Okay.
Really, we just need somebody that's interested.
Okay, so people can contact you at the website fitnesscombatsystems.com.
Correct.
Fitnesscombatsystems.com. We'll go ahead and post that on social media as well. So where do you go from here after you get it up and running? Just going to try to build that up? Do you have any other crazy ideas you want to share?
Well, somebody's going to buy our product today, and me and my business partner have a couple other patents in the works, but we can't talk about it yet because it's not published.
Gotcha. I understand. Have you guys crowdfunded it or anything like that where people can pre-order?
I don't think you can do that on, can you?
I don't know.
Even because they get all freaked out about guns.
Sure. That's not an avenue.
Not really a gun, though,
No,
right? I mean, but you're right, they would. Yeah, I'm just wondering if people could pre-order. That could be something where you could really, build up and get some early revenue stream, even though you may not be delivering for a year. People do that. That might be something really cool to try, too.
Absolutely. That's an avenue that we definitely want to explore.
Awesome. Excellent job. Thank you so much, Chet. Really
Thank you for
appreciate
having
joining
me.
us. It's Chet from fitnesscombatsystem.com. fitnesscombatsystem.com. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you joining us.
We'll put it out there to
we'll put that out there to make sure you could do whatever. So he's specifically looking for manufacturing, but if you want to find out more, you have any crazy ideas, just contact. And that's true with anybody we have here that we've talked to. Just because we didn't bring up something specific doesn't mean you can't contact them and say, hey, find out more and get the details. That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a trade show. People are connecting.
People are trading. They
are trading.
Showing.
They're within their
Hence
trade.
the name Trade Show.
No, they're mentioning trade. It's a trade.
By the way, it is always dangerous to bring up the MeWe chat page on your computer in public.
But people are there. Whoa, not fit. Not fit. So, anywho, just that awesome stuff, though. I love to see the entrepreneurs out there.
I cannot believe that does not exist.
Yep.
That is a genius idea.
Something so simple.
Because usually they're giving you the blue plastic, and when you go from that to the real weapon, it's a different. It feels different in your hands.
Yep.
It feels different on your muscles. This way, you get that muscle memory from the get-go.
All right, a couple of other cool things. So we mentioned the camera with all the light. Then what else did we do?
Let's see. We saw the the ankle holster.
Hang on, have a seat, Tom. The ankle holster.
The ankle holster.
Is that with the bra? We'll talk about those in a second.
Coming up with those.
Did you guys film the bandage?
No, but I think they're coming down.
Oh, this was. I think they're going to come down at some point. Really cool bandage technology that actually the military is using. It's pretty cool. Very simple and multiple applications. You can use it different ways as well.
And we talked about the G-Shock watch, too, that had the first color maps.
Oh, that's really cool.
On the phone.
All right, Tom, one of our partners here, what did you see that you want to mention?
The portable toilet.
I did not. Is that upstairs?
Yes.
Wow. We put him on mic. We put him on mic to talk about a portable toilet.
First of all, who's Mike?
If you want to talk about toilets, you know the man to go to. Yep.
He's number one and number two.
All right. Hey, so where are you upstairs giving me portable?
In a backpack.
Isn't that just the paper bag?
No. Backpack, toilet, folds out. It's plastic, but it holds up to 300 body pounds. And then it comes with a cover, like a tent cover. So you put it over so nobody can see you doing your business.
So it's a portable porta potty?
Yes.
A portable
How long does it take to
Wait a minute. Porta potties are portable.
I just want to know. How long does it take from taking the backpack off to setting it all up with the cover?
It depends on how much fiber you've had.
Because I can squat pretty quick. I don't have to put all that stuff.
He's actually asking people to demo, like sit down on the. I didn't do it, of course. That would be a good Facebook day.
So I can see it, Ron. I mean, if you're going to be out in the field a while, or if you're camping or something where you're there a while, right? I mean.
Oh, yeah. You
and the inside of the tent has pockets, so you can put your toilet paper in there and your hand sanitizer, whatever.
Your hand sanitizer.
So how much did you invest with them, Tom?
All of it.
Tom,
all
I
of
bought it all. It's
yes.
gold. I got it. It's perfect.
12 cents that I have in my pocket.
That sounds pretty cool, though. But, we haven't gotten up there. We'll have to check it out and do a video there.
Yeah.
All right. Brad did take a video of a woman demonstrating a bra.
Yes, I did.
She is jumping up and down. Have we posted that one?
That one's coming up next.
All right.
That is coming up next.
We're walking through, and Brad's now. We got to say, we're walking through SHOT Show, and we're looking at all the different cool companies and products or whatever, and there's lots of them. Like I said, we've posted the stuff out there. But, of course, Brad sees a woman jumping up and down, and you would think you would go, I've got to film this woman. Instead, he just stared. Stared at her.
I did. It was hypnotizing.
Hypnotizing.
It was I was impressed with the demonstration. Can I just say that?
Brad looked a little like the previously mentioned deer that was hooked up to the electrodes.
Yeah, without the clamp in my eye. It was an
Yeah,
impressive.
but was your legs shooting out?
They my arms kept every. Mary Helen. Mary Helen is quite the demonstrator.
Yes, she does have a really cool. What was the name? Do you remember?
It was hang
Compression.
on a second. Compression bra, I believe.
Compression bra.
I believe.
We'll tweet it out there and
Yeah,
check
we
it out
will.
though. But you want to see it not just
She's
for
hot.
the product, which is really cool, but also for the spectacle. Doc
Yeah.
Thompson, Brad Staggs from SHOT Show, Las Vegas.
Happily promoting the 4 F's: freedom, faith, free markets, and fun. MoJo 50. The Daily Mojo.
Hey there, we're coming to you live from SHOT Show, Las Vegas. Day number 2 will be here tomorrow and Friday as well. Bonus material from your Daily Mojo. We're doing the regular show still for 3 hours in the morning, but we're here in the afternoon to go exclusive SHOT Show, cool stuff, gadgets, people, fun stuff.
Is this a first for you right now? Have you ever had a White Castle?
I've never been to SHOT Show before.
Or have you had a White Castle before?
Is that a trick question?
It was a first for me. It was good.
It was a
burger?
first. I knew it was a
Yeah.
first for one of you.
No, I've never had White Castle. And I'm from Cleveland. They're very popular in that
You
region.
like them?
I've never had White Castle. No, they're actually very tasty for what they
Is
are.
the
of course.
deal that about 4 of them equal a regular hamburger? Is that the deal?
Ish. Yeah. I mean, the competition back in Nashville was
Crystal.
Crystal,
Crystal.
which we used to call
Yeah.
gut bombs.
Which
Gut-
I've never had Crystal, and Crystal was popular here in Vegas for years.
They're really good at 2 a.m. when you are hammered.
I mean, listen, what they are, they're really tasty. Now,
They're tasty.
when you go around Detroit, there's all of these old throwback little, I guess, diners, but they're like those standalone buildings that are like a double wide trailer.
Right.
Not quite as long. Maybe 2 of the half semis,
Okay,
the
yeah.
shipping containers put
Yep.
together. So
Right.
it makes more of a square, not a rectangle. And they're in like, they've been around, 50 years, each one in these little out spaces of strip malls. And they're awesome. There's one called Greens, and Bates is another one. I'm a Greens man. Bates is
Really?
good, but Greens is better. And they're fantastic. And it's the same concept. It's small little burgers like this, a little patty with onions that have been grilling since 1931.
Yep. Nice and tender and
They don't clean the grill with with soap and water. It's that
Right.
tough. They scrape it off, and it's been
Good.
seasoned for that many years, and they're fantastic. You got to get the doubles though to really make it work. But those are awesome. I get
I
it.
think they're good.
I get it.
I think they're good. There's
And this is a little cheaper than we had yesterday for lunch.
Yes. It's amazing how much 4 slices of pizza can cost.
I'm going to, maybe next week when we get back, we could spend more time because we got so much to talk to on the SHOT Show and that.
Yep.
I want to spend some time talking about Vegas and the way Vegas has changed and our attitudes. I think it's interesting, just if you're curious about travel and stuff like that. But it's also interesting if you're just business and trends or whatever.
Yeah.
And I am amazed at how expensive everything has gotten.
But there's still no other city I know like it. Vegas is unique
It's still unique,
itself.
absolutely. But yes, just to give you a preview of what we'll talk about next week, we had 4 pieces of pizza yesterday. They were big slices. It was $45.
Yeah. Oh, there's that. It was really good pizza.
It was not really good. It was good.
It was hot and ready?
It was better than hot and ready, but for $5, hot and ready may have won me over.
I told you.
Hot and ready or $45 for half a pie.
There you go.
Okay.
Really it comes with a foot rub though.
Absolutely. Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs coming to you live from SHOT Show. Matt joining us now. Matt, how are you, sir?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing well. Matt, what's your company?
So I'm here with 1110, and we do self-aid buddy aid equipment for law enforcement.
You do what now? I'm sorry?
Self-aid and buddy aid medical equipment for law enforcement.
So give us an example.
So basically, the new Stop the Bleed campaign using tourniquets, active threat events, anything trauma-related where you can die from critical wounds within minutes.
Okay.
A lot of this stuff coming from the military and now getting to law enforcement post 9/11. Critical moments post-wound, you can bleed out very quickly. So it's all about getting education about what those wounds are, what the equipment is, and utilizing tourniquets and things of that nature to stop bleeding quickly to increase survivability stateside and overseas.
And all of this tech, I mean, this has really just grown like crazy since 9/11, right?
It
I mean,
has.
Modern times out there, you're in Iraq, Afghanistan. I mean, this is all developed then.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. It actually came from the battlefield and made it down to law enforcement.
Oh, wow.
And kind of bypassed EMS just because we realized that law enforcement, unfortunately, the mortality
really
and incidents they're responding to, things like that, officer death, I don't want to say it's on the rise. It kind of generates hysteria, but, even one is something we want to get ahead of the power curve and get all our boys in blue back home and keep that number to 0. Last year.
And they're probably even on the scene more than paramedics in that, right? I mean, they're often there.
They're often there first to respond. They're in the service area, patrolling and doing their thing. They might respond first to something that's non-criminal. It might be a trauma, a medical, and they have to have some tools beyond CPR because we realized it's not only heart attacks. We have a young populace out there that's doing working hard, and it might not even be an active threat they're responding to. It might be an industrial accident. They might be working with power tools, running chainsaws in their yard. Law enforcement might be the first there, and they might be able to bridge that gap so that way EMS isn't transporting a dead patient instead of someone who's very viable and can make it to the hospital.
Can you give us some specifics?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the Rigid TQ case. This is our flagship product, and the reason this has become so popular is bleeding out from your arms and legs is kind of the #1 preventable death. You bleed out the quickest, bleed out the most statistically, and some of those facts and figures were coming from the military.
From your arms and legs.
Exactly.
That almost seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? You think a torso wound would, but
well, if you look at the stats and you actually break it down into things surrounding the incident, where law enforcement's often protected by body armor.
Right? Oh, gotcha.
So that doesn't mean that they're only getting shot in their arms and legs, so to speak, but it's protected. So you just look at nature, incident, and what the nature of the medical call was and what the interventions were.
And generally speaking, you get hit in the gut, you get shot in the gut, and it's a long, painful process.
It is, and it's one of those things that we can't train you nor give you the tools to do battlefield exploratory surgery out of your police cruiser.
Exactly.
So basically early recognition and basic shock management that some of us may have learned in the military or Boy Scouts, and getting the bleeding under control and then getting to definitive care where the smart guys are called doctor. These are the tools that will give us the ability to do that so the smart guy can use his tools on someone who's alive.
Awesome. Okay, so back to this. You normally bleed out arms and legs first, you said?
Yes. Bleeding out from arms and legs statistically, depending on where you're getting your facts and figures, uncontrolled extremity hemorrhage statistically was the #1 thing we can train the layperson to do something about to keep that person alive to influence the outcome.
Right.
So if we have this lightweight equipment and you can access it as quick as your weapon, depending on the incident, if we can train that law enforcement officer to understand this is as important as your backup magazine, because you might not make it back to the smart guy alive. If we can give this to you to sustain yourself because you're the first out there, you might not have a partner. You might be your only influence. You're your only insurance policy. So the Rigid TQ case is an ability to give this law enforcement officer something that he needs on himself that he can carry and dismount the police cruiser, take it with him, because that engagement might not be at the car. He might have the safety of his cruiser bunker.
Right.
He might be just himself on his feet. And this is the #1 tool he would need to influence his own outcome, because we can train it, sustain it, he could do it himself, and possibly get back home. So the Rigid TQ case enables you to carry it with you every day and have it right there with you.
How's it work?
So it's quick as a mag change. That's why I've been saying it. Off your belt, in your hand,
Right.
and in the
So
process
that's
of
the
being
case.
applied.
And by the way, it's about the size of a walkie-talkie.
Okay, that's a good call. Yeah.
That would
Yeah,
go on your belt.
slightly
Maybe a
smaller.
little
Some
smaller,
radios,
yeah.
absolutely. I'd be lucky to have a radio this small in the
Right,
military
yeah.
to save a lot of
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
So the CAT tourniquet, this one is North American Rescue. We also do the other committee-approved tourniquet soft T family of product. But the two main, the 800-pound gorillas, if you will, the committee-approved tourniquets that we encourage military and law enforcement to carry, we have a support system to get it on their person, whether it's on their duty belt
Right.
with a belt mount, or we have the Molly or Malice clip to get it on web gear for SWAT teams or military-style attachment system.
Sure. That's very cool. That is very cool, and
Awesome.
it's a tourniquet with leverage, essentially, is what it is.
Yes, a windlass-based tourniquet.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that whole system's very cool.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing, but two of them.
Well, if we look at it as a system, so your first line, if we know you can bleed out the most from uncontrolled bleeding from the arms and legs, this is the #1 thing we want you to have. It's kind of
Right.
like that whole camping thing you'd play. I'm stranded on an island. I
Right.
can only take one thing.
Right.
Car door, that way you can open the window if it gets hot.
It's got to be the tourniquet.
Ah.
But often they will carry backup supplies in a cruiser med kit.
Okay.
And where we don't want that med kit is in the trunk.
Right.
Next to the old broken parts you have in your winter clothes and
Yeah.
your high-vis reflective
Yeah.
jacket to conduct traffic, you know.
Yeah.
We want this to be easily accessible in the cab. If we can't get everyone to carry a full-size kit, 'cause we know that's non-realistic unless
Sure.
you're on a team where the risk is higher, it's very specific.
Right.
But we want patrol officers to have the backup supplies for the next preventable deaths outside of bleeding out from your arms and legs. So if you want to carry things to manage chest wounds, occlusive dressings,
Right.
pressure dressings, medical tape, hemostatic gauze,
Right.
things of that nature, gloves to protect yourself, scissors to expose the trauma shears to expose the wounds.
Right.
We want all those things to be with you and accessible when it's appropriate to use them. And while you might be engaged with a threat, it's not the time to bust out your med kit and do a cool procedure.
Right.
But we do want that stuff available for when the time is right. And these square vehicle-mounted med kits are a
Very
great
cool.
seller to have those supplemental supplies with the officers.
Are those exclusively to law enforcement and military, or is it direct to consumer? Can
Not
you
at
retail?
all. This they can go through a distributor network. We sell direct to agency. We sold to the military. We have a direct sale website where someone who's been educated in layperson care that may
Sure.
not necessarily have a public service job or be in the military, but they understand that if they're an outdoorsman or they have a long commute every day, if they understand the principles that it's not just the big gunfight we all train for, this could be a motor vehicle accident. Motor vehicle accidents, and especially ones involving motorcycles, are
Right.
one of the #1 leading causes of trauma.
Yeah.
You know, for healthy adults. So this is a great addition to any sport utility vehicle, anyone with a long commute. We've actually had interest in the motorcycle community making it over to Sturgis. They want to throw them back in their cabs.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, so having this in your vehicle.
Uber driver.
Yeah,
that'd be cool
absolutely.
Too, right?
So
where can they find you?
www.1110gear.com.
1110 gear.com.
Yep.
And those are the numbers.
Those are the numbers, and that's our shorthand for Instagram, 1110gear. If you find us on Facebook, it's 1110, so it's 11 spelled out, 10.
Okay. Gotcha.
But the website is 1110gear.com.
Awesome. Great stuff, buddy. Thanks. Appreciate joining us.
Thank you very
We'll go
much
ahead
for
and
your
put
time.
Stuff on social media. Awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. You guys have a great show.
You too.
All right.
Live from SHOT Show, Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs. You can join us on social media if you want to follow some of the companies that we're tweeting out in case you don't get them. Just make sure to follow at Doc Thompson Show and at Real Brad Staggs and at MoJo 50 Radio. And then we will post stuff out there, and then you can go ahead and find out more about it or whatever. Oh, okay. I didn't realize you're ready to go.
Really, and it's funny because this is one of the benefits of being in this business. Because this show is not open to the general public. So we're their eyes and ears for all the cool stuff. But it's really, this is where you get spoiled being in radio or television because you get to see such cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That most people, and we're very special people, so we deserve that.
Right.
I mean, more than anything. I mean, it's,
I know I am.
Absolutely.
And Mom likes me, so that's
right.
what's really
Yeah.
important.
So I mean, if
That's
anybody
absolutely.
should be allowed, that is just general public. It's us. But I just wanted to point it out. There's some really cool stuff here.
Greg's joining us now from Coast Products. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing well. Explain Coast Products. I'm pretty sure Bradley J. Staggs is familiar with you.
Let me just tell you, I've loved Coast Products for years. As a matter of fact,
he's a junkie. He's
he a collector?
I
he's a
have.
collector, right?
I want to show you just to prove it.
Not that pocket.
You don't want to see that pocket.
That's going to be
this
dead
is the one
for
I
you.
carry on the outside.
There we go.
This is my favorite.
The G19.
This is the
Brad,
coolest.
is that the little one you got me?
Yes.
Oh, I love
bought,
that flashlight.
I've bought these as crew gifts for our TV crews.
You never got me one.
For I think I did.
I don't think
And
you
you
did.
know why? Because they're easy enough to just stick between your
Yes.
teeth, and you don't have to hold them. I mean,
What model is this, by the the way?
That's the G19. That's one of our
G19.
best-selling flashlights.
Do you know how much this is? They're very expensive.
How much?
$10.
$10.
I saw.
Amazing.
Did you see the ones
flashlight.
that about the size of a pencil? There's a long and short version. I think the retail was like $49, and they're rechargeable. You stick the light end
that's
in.
the HP3R.
Are those newer?
Those are newer. They're not as new as what I'm going to show you today.
Okay.
But what I'm going to show you today is the latest and greatest. It culminates with all of our latest
here
technology.
it comes, baby.
Here it comes.
I'm going to want to sit over there close to you, aren't I?
We're celebrating,
nervous.
believe it or not, our 100th year anniversary this year.
Oh, that's
That's cool.
We were founded in Portland, Oregon in 1919. It's 2019. We're 100 years old. And this is what we're going to present to the marketplace this year to celebrate our anniversary. It's called the TX14R.
That's
It
a
is
cool name.
super high-powered, super long-distance beam, focusing, rechargeable flashlight that's designed specifically for law enforcement in the United States. This thing is a rocket ship. It's not huge. It's not cumbersome. It's fairly compact.
wow.
Holy moly, is that sucker bright. Oh, my God.
Just slide it back and forth. You can focus the light.
Oh,
there you go.
there you go. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, look at that.
Okay.
Oh, Brad, look up the ceiling between the.
I'm impressed.
You see that,
That-
Ron? Up
that-
between. Look at that.
That flashlight will shine a beam.
Oh, my gosh.
An ANSI-rated beam over 4 football fields, so 420 meters.
when I-
Every time you put your hand in front of the beam, it is.
It's
it
like a
shuts
mirror
me down.
in front. Wow.
That's an incredible.
And it's lightweight. Holy moly.
I have this thing for flashlights.
How
I'm
big
not
is
going to
this?
call it a fetish, but it's a fetish.
How big is this?
Oh, no, it's flashlights and knives.
6 or 7 inches,
Yeah,
somewhere
what
in
is-
that range. It's
What
not,
is this?
7 inches.
I mean, give me is it bigger than something the average person, a descriptor that they'd understand.
Ketchup bottle, smaller. You ain't trapping me. It's a trap. It's a
That's
trap.
a trap.
This is amazing.
What's that? Now, does that retail as well?
That will hit a retail of about $125. This is the professional's professional flashlight. This is the kind of flashlight you want to use if you're a law enforcement officer or first responder. This thing will give you.
That's lithium.
That's
or
lithium.
rechargeable?
Yes. Let me show you how it works. So it's rechargeable or it runs off regular alkaline batteries.
Oh, look at Brad. Brad just had like.
Easy, boy. Easy.
This is going to end up in his backpack when I walk out here.
You were the object of his desire, like you have no idea.
You had me at hello.
You can plug your cable right into the flashlight
Right.
directly, or you can unscrew the tail cap, remove the rechargeable battery pack, and by the way, you get 2 of these packs with the light.
Nice.
And you can recharge the pack independently outside the light and
Nice.
put the fresh one back in the light. If that's not enough, you can also use AAA batteries, a little cartridge with 4 AAA batteries that comes. If you're out in the woods on a hunting trip or somewhere away from a recharging source, just bring some AAA batteries. You should never be without light with the TX14.
How long of a use do you get?
You get 4 hours and 15 minutes on one charge. That's a lot of runtime.
That is a lot.
Think about this.
And that's
900 lumens, 420 meters of beam distance, and 4 hours and 15 minutes of runtime. It's a Ferrari of flashlights. It really is. And if that's not enough,
Wow. Wait, there's more.
there's a cool feature on
It
this.
also Julienne's fries.
It's a floor. It's a floor wax.
It's a dessert top.
The battery pack is actually a power bank also. So you could take the battery pack out and see that USB port. You can plug your cell phone into that and recharge this thing.
That's
You've
it
done
right there.
It's,
That's
You've
it.
done it. No,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive. I mean, the
That's
emergency.
great.
that is
Oh,
the
yeah.
coolest. Yes. That is really a cool flashlight.
Yeah,
Nice.
this
That's the one when they were like, "This is the perfect flashlight. It's fantastic."
Uh-huh.
USB port is the charger. You're in. That's nice.
That's the
really
ultimate,
smart.
but wait, there's more
Uh-huh.
feature.
That's like the girl whose dad owns a liquor store.
Yeah.
That's right there.
You're like,
That's it.
Wait, what
She's
does he
beautiful.
do? Yeah.
And
you go out on
my
3
father
dates.
owns a liquor store.
And my mom is Mrs. Fields. Exactly.
That's
really cool stuff. It's cool when you work for a company when you know you have good products.
Oh, yeah. We have great products. We're proud of them. We're passionate about them.
Mm-hmm.
We love them. That's what we live. We're a product company at our heart.
That's
we build great products. We start with the product. Actually, we start with our customer. We talk to our customers and find out what problem do they have that their current lights can't solve.
Do you do direct-to-customer, too?
We do direct-to-customer off our website, coastportland.com.
Coastportland.com.
That's it.
And that's C-O-A-S-T, like the coast of water and land.
Yes.
Coastportland.com.
Yes, it is. I go back all the way back. I mean, years and years ago, Dan Harrell at that time was doing. I think Dan's been retired for 5 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, it goes back literally probably 15 years when I first got involved with
Greg,
Coast.
I'm getting texts from my family already saying they want one when it becomes available. So
Yeah,
I'm already
It is
racking them.
available right now.
Oh,
We just
fantastic.
launched.
Coastportland.com.
What is it?
Coastportland.com.
Coastportland.com.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
getting one.
it. Really is
That's
spectacular,
fantastic.
folks. Not big and certainly powerful. Very cool.
Call me.
Call me. Hit me up, Greg. Greg, that's awesome. Thanks so much for
Thank
sharing.
you, guys.
Appreciate
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Again, coastportland.com. This is truly one of the best things we've seen here. That's awesome.
That's really cool. The second best, there's a woman sitting to my right holding another gun.
Oh, my gosh, you're right.
I love this.
Women with guns. Women
This
with
is
guns.
a
You gotta
show.
love it.
This is a beautiful show.
Yeah, Brad really was like, oh, my gosh, the folks from Coast are here. Excellent stuff.
I love those.
Amelia, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Where are you
Good.
from?
Utah.
What's your company?
North American Arms.
North American Arms. And what do you do?
So North American Arms does. I mean, I heard one of you have one.
I have two.
You have two.
I have three.
Okay. You have three.
I have four.
I have a
I have to
22,
one
No, no, he doesn't. They just try to one up each other. It's a big game.
He really does have
22 Magnum.
Awesome.
Oh,
the
you
small
showed me.
one. Yes.
That's right. I recall now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And
when you
Beth
have
has one,
one,
too.
you have to get another and another and another.
Yes, they
So
are so cool.
They are cool. So these are 5-shot mini revolvers, all chambered in 22 mag and 22 LR. And they are all made in 17.4 stainless steel, lifetime warranty, really awesome little gun.
The first thing you imagine when you see, and somebody who is, and the mine is, what is the smallest model that you make?
It's 22 short.
Okay, I think that's the one I have. I actually put a folding grip on it.
Oh, that's probably the 22 LR with the folding grip.
The
holster grip
The original
accessory.
one, let's see. Did I have
It's
the
a weird
folding?
angle, I bet,
put
Ron.
the folding grip on. Anyway, I'm pretty sure one of mine is chambered 22 Magnum.
Yeah.
You look at it, you go, oh, that's cute. It's like a little bitty gun. That thing is, it's
serious.
It is a very serious gun.
I like to remind people that it's a gun.
It is a gun, and I've heard stories about good guys versus bad guys, and it has messed the bad guy up.
Oh, absolutely.
How do you get to the?
I'm going to
Yeah,
let
open up.
Amelia. I've never handled that gun, so I don't.
For sure.
go
So
right ahead.
today I actually brought two things that we'll be releasing in 2019.
Oh, these are brand new.
These are
models.
brand new guns.
Okay.
Yep, these are brand new
beautiful.
models, both 22 mag on the table. So a lot of people have already heard about our Ranger 2 that has been released this past year. It's a gun that people wanted for about 6 years, and we released the Ranger 1 about 6 years ago, and people just died over it. It was a limited edition. There were 500 made, and people really got upset that we didn't have another one. So the Ranger 2 came out last year, and we can't make enough of them. So this year, people have been asking for a 2.5-inch barrel. So this has a longer barrel than the original, and we're also adding a boot grip. So the proportions are really nice here. And if you've never seen this one, I'll just show you how it works. Put this in half cock, which it looks like you've already done. Pull back on this top piece.
Oh, there it is to open. Okay.
And open it right up. So it breaks
that.
open like an old Schofield version.
Yep.
You can see that. Star will just
Yep.
release the shells, load it back up, clip it back
Oh,
together.
that's
and you're
simple.
ready
Oh, so
to
it
go.
automatically ejects once you pull it down
Yeah.
like
Yes,
that. That's really
absolutely.
cool.
That is
It's really
beautiful.
nice.
That is a work of art.
It is a work of art. The engineering on that is pretty incredible.
Let me see. Can you see, Ron?
I mean, we have the world's smallest working mini revolver. I mean,
It
It's
is.
incredible.
I love North American Arms.
I'm so glad you do.
Yeah. I've played
Yeah,
with
if
this
you
one,
haven't seen the Ranger 2, you're in for a treat.
I will.
Brad.
Yeah, I'll definitely come by and take a look at that.
Absolutely.
That is amazing. And what's the other? Is that just in black?
Yeah, so this is what we're calling the True Black Widow. So this is a variation on our Black Widow. It is a complete black matte PVD coating. Really nice big grip, longer barrel, and really nice sights on there. So really modern take on our old-timey gun.
Right.
A lot of people really love this. So if you put this in your hand, you'll feel the purchase on that is really nice.
That is. Oh, that is.
Really sleek, really nice looking.
That is.
Yeah.
That feels really good.
Yeah.
That's a nice grip.
It is.
Well,
a nice
the grip is nice too, because if you got a smaller gun like that, if you got a big
Well, I
hand,
have a
that's gonna
big
help you
old
out.
bear paw, and it's
Right.
It fits
You and every other man.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Thank
Some of
you
us
for
have
noticing.
bigger bear paws.
But I'm also sensitive. I have a softer side. I
I
don't
can
want you to
tell.
think I'm all bear paw.
I can absolutely tell.
Please, don't objectify me that way.
I'll try. I'll try my hardest.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah, I know. See,
Yeah,
that's
would you-
exactly how it is.
Hey, watch
That's
out there.
awesome. So when are these available? They're available now, you said?
Those will be available pretty soon. I bet those go in production in the next week or so.
Okay. And then how long is the production time to start them rolling
A
out?
few weeks out.
Okay, not too bad then.
Not too bad at all.
That is
Where
People
can
have
people?
already made orders on these. I
Oh,
mean,
good. Okay, so you can start ordering
they'll
now.
be in shops pretty
Go to
soon.
your
How can people find out more?
NorthAmericanArms.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, all of the
And
above.
you're located in Utah?
Located in Provo, Utah. Everything's handmade, hand finished right there. So.
Oh, that's really nice too. So all made in America.
Yep.
Gotta
all,
love that.
All in the back, you
And
know.
NorthAmericanArms.com.
NorthAmericanArms.com.
NorthAmericanArms.com. We'll
Which,
put
by
that
the
up.
way, there's no N in arms. It's not ARMS.
I know you're spelling it wrong. That was
it's
a typo.
ARMS.
Okay, very good. NorthAmericanArms.com.
I didn't realize that until
Arms
just
is
now.
probably the easiest
You'd
word there.
think, well, look, I have a sensitive side. I didn't say I was
No,
smart.
do you guys have other models too? You mentioned the first
Absolutely.
one, whatever.
I mean, it's like a candy shop at North
Yes,
American
it
Arms.
Okay, so there's
Yeah,
lots
they-
of.
yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, anything you want, you can imagine over there, you can find.
So how did you get involved?
So I'm their marketing manager over there. I got involved almost 2 years ago now, just as
I mean,
an
you obviously
intern.
know your product. You have to as a marketing manager.
Yeah, I mean,
Were you a firearms enthusiast before you became a marketing manager for them?
more or less. I mean,
Okay,
I
so
was
you-
born and raised in Utah, so
Okay.
we're all bred the same over there.
Okay, very good. I got
With a
you.
name like Amelia, of course.
Yeah.
She knows guns.
Okay, we get off
Sure,
right
man.
back. I'm just asking or whatever.
No,
you know.
the one I have, it's beautiful because I can wear. It's the only concealed carry I can have with my shorts on.
Yeah,
If I'm
absolutely.
wearing shorts, it goes in your pocket. It's that small.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean,
It is.
I like to call this the gun for when you can't have your gun.
Yes.
I mean,
yes. Exactly.
Yeah. I
You're
mean-
not. I'm not going to carry my Glock around in wearing shorts.
No,
it's
absolutely
just too
not.
heavy.
And a lot of people will come by the booth or by the shop and say like, a 22 mag. What am I going to do with this? And I'm
Yeah.
like, well,
Let
it's
me
better
tell
than
ya.
the gun that you have and you're safe back home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
A
Same thing.
22
Yeah.
mag will do some
some
serious,
damage. And people just don't understand that
Right.
I'm always like, hey, take a step back and let me shoot you with this because
Yes.
What's the retail for those?
Retail is anywhere between about 220 between upper 400.
Oh, that's fun. That's great.
Yeah.
That's
They are fun and great.
I think
yeah.
I paid 235 for mine a few years
I paid
ago.
$234 mine for both of mine.
Actually, at the discount, I think I got mine at 200.
Although I think the coupon
I'm
gave
sorry,
me about
Amelia. I told you
$220
this was
each.
gonna
I think that's
$10.
See?
Same as downtown in Vegas.
they gave me too.
The awesome part about all of North American Arms is they all have a lifetime warranty. So anytime in 20, 80, 200 years,
Right?
Are
Are you
we'll fix
suggesting
it
I'm
up.
old?
I'm not saying
Wow.
anything.
I am.
All of it. Wow.
NorthAmericanArms.com. NorthAmericanArms.com. Amelia, thanks so much
Thank
for
you
joining
for
us.
having
Really
me,
appreciate
you
you
guys.
stopping
I
by.
had a great time.
Thank you so much.
If you want to leave those here, we'll make sure they're taken care of.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll
get
make
that
sure
done.
they find a very good home.
Good home, exactly.
We wouldn't want to leave them orphaned
Thanks
there
so
on
much.
the table.
NorthAmericanArms.com.
I'm telling you, the coolest show in the world.
Right, lots of cool stuff at SHOT Show here in Vegas at the Sands Expo Center. Really cool stuff. And that's what's really cool to hear people. You come here to hear people give you specifics on stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, because you're hearing it from the manufacturer.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Which is fine if you hear from other
Straight from
people
the
as well.
horse's
But
mouth.
yeah, and then really cool stuff. By the way, the guy from Coast didn't leave the
Greg didn't. Greg,
leave
if he's
leave
listening.
the flash.
Greg, I love you.
That really is one of the cool
he
things.
did say
never
he
said that.
was going. I think he said he was going to get some and bring them back.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I'm going to have to hug him when he comes back.
I know you are.
You better hope Ron. What is his,
Ron.
Is it Ron?
Ron.
Ron that his bring some back is 3.
Yeah.
Because if it's not 3,
That's what I was telling Matt today. I'm like, I'm gonna have to have a discussion with all the talent because you guys forget that you have a producer every time somebody gives you something free.
We have a producer, really? You'd never know it. Where the other micro? Oh, it's down here.
Here we go.
I've got this one right here, Brad.
You've got it. That'd be the thing in your hand, wouldn't it?
That's right. Let's get that.
So, is it Sam or Samuel? Sam. Go ahead and put that on. And Mike or Michael?
Mike, how you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
True story.
All right, we only got a couple seconds, but I want to at least introduce you guys, and then we'll get more of your story coming up after the break. But tell us where you're from, what you do.
We're with the Independence Fund.
Stand up a little closer.
Yeah,
there
We're from the Independence Fund, and we're based out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Independence Fund, and what is the Independence Fund?
So we're a national veteran nonprofit, and we focus on catastrophically injured veterans and their loved ones.
Okay. And what do you, when you focus on them, what do you do to help?
Yeah, so we have 6 major programs that we do. Our first one, in radio world, you can't see it, but it's a mobility track chair that
Can I tell you a true story? Last night, you guys were walking out here in the casino area. I was walking behind you, and I turned to them and said, that is the coolest wheelchair I've ever seen.
It is. It's truly one of a kind.
It is.
It's a wheelchair with
badass looking wheelchair.
Instead of wheels,
man.
it's tracks.
Yeah.
Is that the best way you describe it?
Yes, yeah. It's a wheelchair with like tank tracks.
Tank tracks. That's
it.
Yeah.
So we have 6 programs. So mobility with these track wheelchairs is our first program. We have adaptive sports where we provide catastrophically injured veterans grants so that they can pursue whatever sporting passion that they want to go. Caregiver program, we host 10 caregiver retreats a year. We have a family program where we take them on family retreats. And then our newest program is a partnership with the VA to help combat veteran suicide called Operation Resiliency. And it's a chance for us to bring units that saw high casualty rates back together.
Let me get a quick break in here, and then we'll run down each one of those blow by blow and kind of lay it out and how people can help out, and hopefully people can get more and more involved. Back in a moment, Doc Thompson, Brad Staggs, and some of the Ron Phillips.
He says he's a producer.
Live from SHOT Show Vegas.
If we weren't so bad,
To puppy rape.
I like to cuss.
Do I want to keep my penis?
Cat wants some black titty.
we wouldn't be so good. MoJo 50.
The mothership has landed.
Doc Thompson, Brad Staggs, bonus material here, live from SHOT Show today. Yeah, that ID always gets everybody when
Remarkably,
they're
they haven't kicked us out yet.
I know, right, exactly. All right, lots of good stuff. By the way, if you hear of us talking about any of the firearm companies or certain models or whatever, you want to find out where you can get them, probably get it at traguns.com, traguns.com. Just go there and check out all the great stuff. And one of the nice things about TRA Guns is that you actually see the guns.
Yeah, it's amazing. Have you guys ever seen TRA guns? They've got the 3D views. They're technically not 3D, but they're 360
degree, so you can spin it, whatever.
Are amazing.
And super high resolution photos, so you can even see the dust, the lint, if it's on the firearm, which is awesome.
And the guy who owns it, veteran.
Great prices, veteran owned and operated, and they usually take care of the shipping and the FFL transfer fees. So you get great prices, and what price you see, it's yours, and out the door, they'll take care of that stuff.
My internet is remarkably slow right now, sorry. So.
Yeah, it's because everybody else on it. Anyways, traguns.com. Check it out. Sam and Mike are joining us from the Independence Fund, and you were telling us about the different 6 different platforms. One of them is you're providing chairs, you said? Is that okay? A lot of people have seen, if they're watching online, following the video stream as well, this chair with the tracks on it. Now, is this your design? Is that what it is? Do you purchase them elsewhere? How does this work?
No, we use one manufacturer in Marshall, Minnesota. So we provide the funding to provide the chairs.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So if somebody is in need of a chair or need of help with any of the areas that you help, do they just contact the Independence Fund?
Yeah, the best way to get in contact with us is obviously our website at independencefund.org. Independencefund.org. Okay, and then what were the other 5? Real quick, so let's talk about the chair, too. You told us a great story about people putting other accoutrements, accessories on the chairs. Yeah.
Which you can't do, I don't think, with any other wheelchair.
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't try it with a lot of them. Anyways, tell us about it, Mike.
So for me, on this chair, obviously you can't see it if you're listening, but I have a rifle rest, so you go out hunting, you know, you got to point it down in a safe direction. I take it a lot to shooting competitions.
Okay.
So I'll put on toolbox, and I'll just load all my ammo, extra mags in it, just free up my hands, so, you know.
Nice.
Not carrying around stuff. Then people get creative. You know, guys build snowplows.
Well, it's tracks. I mean, it's going to go in the snow a hell of a lot better than wheels.
The idea I've had that I've never actually put into purpose is to turn into a mobile blind.
Okay.
Just get some, like a box frame, put into the attachments, and get some camo netting.
That would be cool.
And, yeah, guys just get creative.
That's really cool. That's awesome. And then Sam was mentioning about a guy who called you and said, I broke the chair.
Yeah, so he called me. He was down that he broke his chair and he couldn't use it. And I said, well, what were you doing? And he's like, well, I'd shoveled about 300 driveways over the last 3 years with this chair, and it broke. And unfortunately, he was on national TV wearing a shirt from a different military nonprofit. And I was like, I'll get you a new chair under one condition. Just make sure you're wearing our logo the next time you're on national TV.
There you go.
So tell us about the other things you do. So we mentioned helping with the chairs. Now, what else you do?
Yeah. You want to talk about adaptive sports, Mike?
Yeah, adaptive sports, whether I'm getting a recumbent cycle.
Okay.
You know,
those are the cycles that are seated, right? You sit down, it's low to the ground.
Kind of up and you pedal with your feet like regular bike, except you're lying down. Working adaptive shooting. You know, I'd love to competitively pistol shoot. They helped me out with getting some equipment I need for that. It's not even specific to that. You get some other guys that skiing, just
in any area, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what the veteran wants to do so that he can regain or she can regain their independence. So if it's rowing, adaptive shooting, that's how we.
That you're no longer limited because of what may have happened to you in combat, right? Is that it? That's
Absolutely.
I mean, the goal is to make people as whole as possible. Obviously, you're not going to be exactly the same as you are, but let's get back to some normalcy, right?
Right, absolutely.
And then you also focus on some things, some other PTSD type related things. Is that right?
So we also have a pretty robust caregiver program.
Oh,
because
okay.
we say, as we all know, we go on an airplane, and the first thing the stewardess says is, in case of emergency, you have to put your oxygen mask on first. So we take that philosophy with our caregivers, and we provide them the tools and resources and really respite so they can take care of themselves, so then they can take care of their veterans.
That's awesome. I think what you guys are doing is tremendous. This is something we keep focusing on. A lot of different groups and organizations. We make you the same offer. Let us know how we can help you. Spread the word. Let us know how we can get your message out there so you can keep helping people as well. I mean, that's what this is about. We're particularly frustrated that more has not been accomplished with getting veterans the support they need so they can help themselves.
Yep.
I mean, veterans, I'm sure, in most cases, most veterans I talk to, they don't want help. They just want to be able to do stuff, just like everybody else.
We like to say we don't give handouts, we give hand-ups.
Yep.
Works great. So can people donate?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the easiest way is to go through our website at independencefund.org. There's a Donate Now button. And also for those that feel like they would rate our services, there is an Apply Now button too. So they can go through and apply for some of our programs online.
If you want to help the Independence Fund, or if you need help from them, either way, it's the website independencefund.org.
That you got it.
.org.
Very
nice. Very nice.
Good.
Obviously
Sam,
professional.
So nice to meet
Thanks,
you, buddy.
Doc.
Mike, thanks. Appreciate you guys stopping by and helping out, and keep doing what you're doing. Again, the independencefund.org, independencefund.org.
I just put it up on our Facebook and
good, and then we'll share it as well.
Yep.
All right, just another great organization here at SHOT Show. Because remember, it's not just about firearms. It's outdoors, and it's shooting,
hunting
and hunting,
and outdoors,
and obviously there's a lot of veteran-owned or supported companies here as well, and a lot of organizations that are trying to help veterans, and a lot of veterans just show up because they're enthusiasts as well. So
and again, we are your eyes and ears for the great unwashed.
Have a seat, sir. Derek, put those on. We'll talk to you guys as well. We're going to talk to a lot of people here. You guys could hang out and sit down if you want. It's up to you.
We're drawing quite a crowd here.
It's me. It's my.
Is that what it is?
It's my good looks.
It's the
It might be Derek.
No, I don't think that's it.
How you doing,
Derek?
sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well. Derek, you're from Eagle Crest Inc.
Yes.
What is Eagle Crest Inc.?
We are a military. We supply to the military logo products. I've done it for over 40 years.
Hats. You got brought in hats, T-shirts. What else you got?
Coins, dog tags.
Oh, the coins are nice too. That's something that you don't see as many people focus on, even if people do print shirts or whatever. That's cool.
Is that what Opelka was wearing today?
He may have been. Yeah, we'll have to ask him.
Yeah,
He could have been, yeah.
I believe so.
So how long have you been around?
We've been doing this for over 40 years.
Wow, that's a long time. Is this your company?
No, I run the company for the owner.
Okay, very cool. So here, can people, first of all, can people buy direct?
Not at the show. Not at the show.
Not a show, but I mean through a website or something that you sell direct to consumer?
No, we're actually a wholesale only. We have probably 3,000 retail companies around the country.
All right, so what's different about your product then? What makes yours great?
It's all in-house designed. It's very unique, extremely high quality. We are in all the exchanges around the world. So we're very well known.
I'm pretty sure this is the same one that Pelka had on earlier today because he had the
flag.
Yeah, the patches that you can change out patches on that shirt, right?
Yes. We have over probably 300 stock patches. So you can change it out.
Who's your biggest retailer?
Biggest retailer is Army Air Force Exchange System.
Okay, cool. So especially for the military, there you go.
Now, normally I would say wearing a Vietnam veteran hat wouldn't be appropriate. But based on Nathaniel Phillips, I think it's fine.
Yes,
I mean, I was alive in the 70s, so
that's true.
That's
true.
I'm practically a Vietnam veteran for that.
That is true.
Yeah. You're a Vietnam era show host.
Host.
There we go.
Very much or whatever. I love the "Don't Tread on Me" or whatever. That's obviously something that's near.
You notice there's one veteran in there. You see it right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's.
Those are very cool.
So, what else do you guys work on? What do you have? What else do you have coming up?
We've got a new clothing line coming up that we're going to privately label.
Oh, okay.
So that's in motion as we speak.
And Jacksonville, a lot of veterans in Jacksonville.
Yes. We had actually at one point had 3 naval bases there. We're down to 2, but we had 3.
Yeah. And in Jacksonville, we were just talking, as far as cities go, it's one of the more conservative, libertarian cities in America. You think of city centers, they usually get more liberal, progressive, whatever, but it's fairly conservative.
Yes, it is.
So how can people find out more about you?
We have a website, www.eaglecrest.com.
Eaglecrest.com.
Yep. And it's a wholesale-only website, but you can contact us through there.
Okay.
Once you register on the site, you can actually purchase through us. But again, we do we strictly wholesale.
But when you're at a show like this, what is it like? What does a successful SHOT Show for you look like? That you got 3 new retailers. What, in other words, what is success?
For us, it's the meeting the new customer.
Okay.
The new customer,
Right.
and we've today so far it's probably been 30 to 40.
Wow.
In the morning, we were extraordinarily busy. So
is this your first SHOT Show?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
that's cool then. That's great.
That's wild.
Yeah, we're in the little pop-up room they call it.
Have you done other trade shows?
Yes. Oh my
All right.
gosh, probably hundreds.
And let me ask you this, because I made this observation yesterday. The crowd that's here, are they not probably, and I'll say it, the most polite crowd I've ever seen at any trade show, and I've been to hundreds.
What the hell do you mean by that?
Am I right?
No, they're very polite.
It's weird.
It is awesome.
It is. It's like they're the Stepford people out here. They're way too. I mean, you bump into somebody,
something's coming. Something's coming.
It's like I've never seen polite people like this before. It's weird. It's freaky.
So it's eaglecrest.com.
Yes.
Eaglecrest.com. We've got some really cool things coming up, including a tour this summer. So we're going to have some of our people contact you as well and see if maybe you guys help out with this as well. Eaglecrest.com. Derek,
right,
thanks
thank
so much, buddy. Appreciate you joining us. Hang on to that because we're going to make sure you do that to Matlock as well. So just another great company you can check out. And
We'll post
Brad
that on
Staggs is
social
posting
media
that as well. So make sure to follow us all across social media. It's at MoJo 50 Radio, at Real Brad Staggs, and at Doc Thompson Show. And I'm sorry, what is your name, sir?
It's
Ron.
Ron
Phillips.
It's only 3 letters.
What is? Do you have an follow? Where can people find you on Twitter?
At Real Ron Phillips.
At Real Ron
Phillips.
Phillips. Ron Phillips.
PH.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure to get that.
The fake Ron.
I like
Phillips.
to help the new guys out. You know,
He's
give them
not
some exposure.
new.
Ron, the new
Not-
guy.
No, he's not new. He is
Okay,
not
I've never
new.
seen it
He's been
before, but-
around for quite a while.
At Real Ron Phillips. Also awesome.
Another Mike.
Another Mike. Mike and Ben joining us now from FIMS Manufacturing. Did I say that right?
Yeah, FIMS Manufacturing, FIMS Firearms.
FIMS, FIMS Manufacturing, and FIMS Firearms. I'm guessing you guys manufacture firearms.
Yes, we do.
Okay, tell us all about you.
All right, we're a third-generation manufacturing company based out of Oakland, New Jersey.
Okay.
We've been around since 1962. We've been working in the aerospace industry, medical, heavy commercial industrial tooling. We also did a lot of work for a lot of other firearms companies along the way. Some of those relationships have since passed, and now we just transitioned into making our own stuff. We're
So because of the other things that you guys were involved in, and then you started working with firearms companies, and then you said, okay, let's do it ourselves. As some of those.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
So right now we're kind of boutique-ish. We're coming in. We're the new guy. Nobody really knows us. We have about,
That's fun though. That really is.
It is
If
fun.
you know
It is
you
fun.
got a good product, that's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. We do put out a very high-end product. We are putting it in at a higher-end price, but we're giving people what we feel is a lot more bang for the buck than most guys are doing that are making similar items. Yeah.
See what you did there.
Yeah, we're basically. If you're in the $600 AR market, you're not our customer. We're not looking for you. We're looking for the guys that are up in the $1,900 and up market for ARs. Guys are looking for top quality stuff.
Okay.
The items that we don't make, we feel like we buy from the best guys in the industry, and that's what we put in our guns. Everything else that we make is all 5-axis CNC, horizontal milling, turning, EDMs, water jets. We do everything in house.
These are the things that make it the upscale gun, right? So you
And when you like with water jetting. Have you ever seen that process?
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Holy cannolis. Water cutting through metal.
Oh,
it
yeah.
is just stunning to watch water jets work.
Yeah,
another big differentiator, too, for FIMS is not only American-made, American-serviced, but we have an in-house engineering and design part, too, that Mike's invested in. So a lot of these features you see on this firearm here are actually patented.
Oh, that's
wow.
just their own designs. Like you said perfectly.
So
and you're in your own factory too, right? I
Yeah,
mean, because you're the
46,000 square feet.
manufacturers. That's
Yeah.
okay. And located in New Jersey.
Yes, sir.
So before we get on to that, tell me some of the other features that you say this is the reason our gun.
Well, we'll put it
is
this way:
special.
we've been working with aerospace for so long that tight tolerancing for us is something that is of the norm.
Right.
Some of the gun tolerancing in the industry for guys like us that work on aerospace work, or we're splitting tents. This is easy to make.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't want to be rude or nothing, but it's kind of easy to make.
It's not bragging if you can do it.
Yeah, it's exactly. And since we have the equipment, what being a gun guy growing up, my dad's a Vietnam vet.
Vietnam era or a Vietnam
vet?
Yeah,
okay.
Vietnam vet.
Thank you.
I want you to go home and ask him about that. All right? Make sure you go, Dad, I want to clarify.
Yeah. And so what we did is we did a few things. We have a few patents pending. We have a few patents already done. ATF is sitting on a rifle right now that we're really hoping was going to be ready, but they've had it for about 6 months.
Wait,
we have
the government being slow? That's
no,
weird.
never. Government's always like.
So
right
explain
on
how
point.
that works. You say sitting on, they have to approve? Is that what it is?
So what we basically did is we have a patent right now on an AR-15 that we will be the only company, if they say yes, and you have a FIMS firearm, and your state says no more semi-automatic, you send it back to us. We turn it into a bolt action. We send it back to you.
Done.
Now you have a bolt action.
Wow.
They can't take it.
Nice.
And we have all our lower receivers are convertible. It's patent pending, patent waiting for the ATF to approve it. Don't know how long that's going to take. We also have some other items that we didn't bring with us that are also patent pending. But
can someone customize their own?
yes, if you go to our website, I think right now we probably have the only AR builder on our website.
Cool. All right.
You can go to our website and it'll
That's
actually
legit.
build the gun in front of you
Real
how
time.
you want it, real time. We're working on the back end of that website now because
It's
of
getting
the.
me a little hot, by the way.
I know.
It's
I can tell.
Because
it's disgusting,
of the,
by the way.
Because of the new tax laws with the internet sales, we have some issues on the back end that we're working out with our shopping cart. So pricing is up there. We're asking people to call us if you go on there and build it, and then we can ship it to your FFL. You can buy from us direct currently because we are new, so we are taking direct sales.
But I love the idea of customizing it too.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're going upscale, you're gonna spend the money, get something you really want, right?
Yeah. We had guys come in our booth today and said, "I'm buying one gun, a SHOT Show. That's the one I want. Here's a check. Take it. Send it to me." When you
That's
get
cool.
home."
That's
So it was
real
good,
nice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys out there building their own AR. Clayton, the other place, used to love building ARs.
So obviously you have to deal with ATF. You're doing something like that where you get into manufacturing or whatever.
Yeah.
But what about local or state laws? Do you have any of those issues?
State in New Jersey, no. We have no issues in New Jersey.
That's right.
Come on.
Sorry, guys. It's got to be easy.
Yeah,
It's actually really easy. We sell it like ice cream on the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just hand them out, right?
We sit down on the corner in Patterson, New Jersey. We got a little setup over there. We
Oh,
hang
Patterson.
out.
They just figure there's enough there. They're cool, right?
Pull them right out of the trunk of the Cadillac. You know?
See, the trouble is you want to go legal guns in Patterson. That's the problem, right?
I got
illegal, you're good to go.
Yeah, Johnny Bag of Donuts Firearms in Patterson is he's putting all my stuff out for me right now. Yeah.
We actually have a Patterson model. It has no serial number. It's amazing. Tony's so much easier to make.
Tony from The Sopranos is not dead.
Okay.
He's down there working on some stuff.
But that's good. That's got to be frustrating. I mean, you understand, certain precautions and, making sure. But on the other end, you start going, let's do our thing.
Yeah,
we're the good guys here.
We did build a gun for our New Jersey contingent that has it's sub 6 pounds. It's super light without titanium.
Right.
Has a dog leg stock on it, so it's not collapsible. 14.5-inch barrel, pinned and welded muzzle brake, yada, 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 all the legal stuff. And the people in New Jersey really, really like it because it's light and it's Can I say badass or is
sure?
That
Oh yeah.
No, you cannot say badass on this program.
So.
Please do not say badass.
Okay.
The collapsible.
I'm going to go ahead and say you could say, man, that's the shit.
Yeah,
you can say that. That's cool.
We'd like to think that this is the shit.
Good deal.
The collapsible stock, is that illegal in Jersey?
Yes.
Because I was reading the proposed legislation.
You got to know why. What is their perspective?
Why did it? What's so wrong with a collapsible stock?
Because you could stick this in your pants. And just blast.
Okay, that's. I thought.
Is it because they think that it
more easily
is
concealed?
More
Is
easily
that it?
concealed. Yeah, more easily
It's
concealed.
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
There's a lot of data to back up that non-collapsible stocks, people stop doing crime. They're just
Right, yes, of course,
right,
yeah.
exactly.
This is just too big.
Yeah. And the scary stuff on that's again the legislation in California. It's like the heat shield.
The bump stocks too.
the bump stock. Yeah,
bump stocks
And-
make much more accurate. I mean, Olympians
Right.
use those. So
Yes.
they really,
exactly right.
They're going to have to outlaw belts after a while, since you can do the same thing with your
absolutely.
belt.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah,
don't get me
frustrating
started.
for us, but I think you guys understand
Yeah,
as well.
it is extremely frustrating, and I won't do a shameless plug for Anthony Calandro, who works with the NRA, but
Please
he is our guy in New Jersey who
Uh-huh.
truly is fighting for all of us.
Good.
And he has a tremendous gun range, a gun for hire. One of our guns was down there, a gun for the month. They ran it like a rented mule, and it did fine. And
Cool.
we're actually giving them another one so they can give to their patrons and let them shoot them. Members shoot free down there and stuff. And he's one of the guys that's really trying to help us out in New Jersey. We currently have some representatives working on legislation we're trying to help pass.
Yeah. Right.
Because even as a manufacturer in New Jersey, I have to follow ownership laws. So as stupid as this sounds, now you run here dumb, you think the collapsible stock is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, right now, I can machine a machine gun and sell it to law enforcement, which would have a 10.5-inch, 11-inch barrel.
Okay.
But if law enforcement asks me for an 11-inch barrel in semi-auto, it's considered an SBR. I cannot sell it to the state of New Jersey firearms. I can't sell it to them.
Well, it makes perfect
And that's a
sense
state
to
law.
me.
Yeah, it's a state law. Because as a manufacturer, I'm not allowed to make SBRs, even if the cops want them. So they buy them from out of state using taxpayers' money instead of coming to me, having me
ridiculous.
custom build something for them, and them collecting the tax money from the sale.
Right. And
Yeah.
you're a local boy. I mean, that's what you want to do, right? That's
Yeah.
So,
wow.
What's the goal for the company now?
The
I
goal
mean,
for the-
obviously, you want to make money. You're a
Sell
capitalist, right?
guns.
Yeah,
Sell
yeah.
guns, make money.
You know, the goal is by the end of the SHOT Show about 40, 50 million in sales.
There you go.
Good.
We're in a 10x10 booth down here at 209.
Okay.
Come by and check us out.
Drop us some money. Good deal.
What's your
Yeah,
website?
no problem. The website is FIMSfirearms.com.
So it's FIMS, F-I-M-S, firearms.com, FIMSfirearms.com. So what we'll do is obviously we'll post all over
Yeah.
social media,
Cool,
whatever.
beautiful.
That's
M.
man, firearms.
Fire.
No, if you're
awesome
from
looking
New
gun.
Jersey and you're Italian, it's F.
FIMSfirearms.com. Any way we can help you out in the future, guys, just let us know. We love to
Beautiful.
give people free commercials. I know it sounds counterintuitive for a business
Cool.
model.
Awesome.
We haven't figured
Well,
out if it is or
we're
not
kinda
yet. We'll let you know in a
counterintuitive,
couple of
you
years.
probably noticed,
But yeah, just let us know how we can help you out.
Awesome.
Love
Thank
to
you
see
very
you
much.
do well. Love to see people with the entrepreneurial spirit just kicking
Awesome.
ass. So.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Thanks,
care,
guys.
guys.
Appreciate
Be
it.
good.
Thanks, Ben.
Ben, thanks so much. Mike,
Take care.
appreciate it. FIMSfirearms.com. That is awesome gun.
It really is. It's cool.
He's right about that, though. I mean, if you are a gun enthusiast,
Yes.
are you a
yes.
gun enthusiast?
I am a gun enthusiast.
Then yeah, come on in. Yeah, you want an AR? You want to go and fire all the time? That's
Yes.
wonderful. But that would be cool to have one that's upscale.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
custom
that
design.
is a
start doing it.
collector's piece. It's like buying a BMW. It's like you want. It's a. I can see what he's saying. It's a different class of consumer. It's a different class of.
You know what I
client.
love? You know what I love about what they're doing too,
Not
though.
class,
Thank you, sir.
segment.
What I love about what they're doing is they have the right attitude when it comes to that stuff. What's he saying?
Sure.
He's like, listen, nothing against you. If you want, a standard AR or whatever, that's
Right.
fine. We're
Right.
not your guys. I love people that have that confidence in what they do, that have that business model where they know who they are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They know who their market is. They know who they're targeting, and they go after them. That's great.
Let me give you an example. MoJo 50.
Yes.
Guys, we love you. We'd like to have you, but if you are wanting traditional, old school talk content and radio of talking points, the stuff you've heard a million times, boring, non-interesting from those people,
Right.
we're not your guys. I'm sorry,
No.
that's not it. And
No.
that's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
we'd
That's
love as many followers and listeners as possible, but it's not going to work if you're easily offended, if
Right.
you're if you don't get the gag, if you don't get
You have
satire.
a weak stomach.
Yeah,
You have a
weak
weak
stomach.
stomach.
That's not us. not what we
Possibly
do.
IBS. If you have IBS, we may not be. for you.
Absolutely. Larry Dwyer.
Dwyer. Correct.
Larry Dwyer joining us now from Honor and Valor Foundation. Did I get it right?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Excellent. What is the Honor and Valor Foundation?
Honor and Valor Foundation is a 501c3. We're located in North Carolina, south of Camp Lejeune and Fort Bragg. My son nor I are veterans, but if you'll go to our webpage, honorandvalorfoundation.org, and read our story, you'll see how Andy came up with this idea. There's 27% of our men and women are wounded. But Andy said the other 75 or 73% that came home, assimilated in society, and went to work, there's nothing being done for them. There's a lot of veterans around us that we don't know about. So that's how he got this started.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break, Larry, and I want to come back and talk more in detail because they're right, and I think you're on to something here. Real quick, what's the website?
Honor and Valor MoJoFoundation.org.
All right, go there now, and we'll tell you more coming up in just a moment on Mojo 50.
A free exchange of ideas. Mojo 50. The Daily Mojo.
Live from SHOT Show, Sands Expo Center in Las Vegas. Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs. The bonus material today. Each and every afternoon this week, a couple of hours, 3 to 5 Eastern time. We're coming to you live from SHOT Show and just laying out all kinds of cool products and services that are offered here at SHOT Show. And there are so many. What was it? 3,600 vendors or contributors?
Wow, it's more than that. It is.
I know it was thousands. Many floors. Brad and I have only gotten to see, even just walking through.
2,400 members of outdoor media, 60,000 professionals attending.
It's incredible. It's amazing.
There's a lot of people here. They're all polite.
And one of those professionals is Larry Dwyer from honorandvalorfoundation.org. It's honorandvalorfoundation.org. Okay, so you start off saying about 25% of veterans have been wounded in some capacity.
Correct.
That leaves about 75%, and you're saying there's not enough being done to help maybe them.
Correct. And so we do, my son's a contractor, and so he has in the past done VA grants, HISA grants.
Oh, nice.
Adaptive housing grants, and he supplemented those. I've seen him give double refrigerators to veterans, microwaves, whatever. Just
let's help people.
Just help people.
Let's do it.
That's one of the pillars of our company.
Yeah, that's what we are. That's
have fun, help people make money.
So what is it? Red shirt, red T-shirt?
Red Friday.
Red Friday. Okay.
We are doing hopefully a nationwide fundraiser because Andy has a degree in business finance, and we don't want to be just a contribution-only foundation. Now, every cent and every second a volunteer gives us is much appreciated, but still we want kind of earn some of our own way. So we're doing a Red Friday T-shirt, Red Friday. Remember, everyone deployed. There's over 250,000 men and women all over the world deployed right now today. They need to be remembered. And so we're doing the Red Friday T-shirt. You can go to our webpage or our Facebook page and follow that and order them. Gotcha. And if you're a retailer out there somewhere and want to help us sell them, we have a pay scale where we can make a little bit, and they can make a little bit.
Good. And yeah, if you're a retailer out there and you'd like to order, 2 or 3 million, Please.
I think Larry would be willing to accept the order.
We'll figure out how to get it done, Larry.
Yes, we
If
will.
they order that, we'll figure out one way to make sure they're all manufactured in time. And that's the name of the game. I mean, it's people helping people.
Correct.
That's the entire thing.
We do recreational venues. We have a veteran in Iowa that has 5,000 acres, and Andy goes out there and deer hunts with them. We do duck hunting in Arkansas. I've got a veteran in my church that's a farmer. He owns 850 acres. He lets us dove hunt and duck hunt and use his farm.
That's nice.
And one of our venues I do want to mention is one of our friends, his daughter is Cam, and she has a disease that the body does not produce the enzyme that hardens the bones, and it's called HPP.
Oh, wow.
That medicine is $18,000 a month. And
I know. It's stunning when you hear some of the diseases where it's that much. I've heard of that as well.
And there's only 800 cases in the world.
So here's the reality of what happens in the world. Because there's only that few cases, the manufacturers say we're not even going to concern ourselves. We'll go after bigger fish because they have to they have to make sure they're supporting their families as well. Or if they do produce it, in this case, they produce so little, supply and demand is $18,000 a month.
Right.
And you get it from a business standpoint, but it's not available to people who need it for less than that money.
Hypophosphatasia.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big word.
Okay, I stick with HPP.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
trust me, he got it wrong anyway.
I probably
don't worry
did,
about it, Larry.
but their bones don't harden.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we done a dove hunt, opening day of dove season, and she was out there and playing around and whatnot, and you think, well, this little lady is normal, but she's not. And we raised $10,000 that day. And we were sitting around that evening thinking, man, we hit a good lick.
You did.
And then Andy said, yeah.
That's
we bought her about a week and a half.
Yep.
So there you go. But part of the proceeds on the Red Friday T-shirts go to her.
Okay, cool.
Very cool.
That's awesome. All right, so it's honorandvalorfoundation.org, honorandvalorfoundation.org.
Correct.
Specifically Red Friday, if you log on, get your shirts, donate if you can, and let's help some people.
All right. And thank you for having me. Thank you
absolutely,
very much.
Absolutely, Larry.
Thank you so much.
And
really
say
appreciate
North Carolina for me.
North Carolina.
I love it. I love it. I love it. True North Carolinian.
Thank you.
True North Carolinian.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was saying he was mentioning they're not too far from Camp Lejeune. That's where my dad was stationed most of his time in the Marines. He did a couple of med crews in that, but I know all about Camp Lejeune.
There you go. There you go.
Good stuff.
And again, the incredible things that you find here at SHOT Show.
It really, it's more that family thing.
It is.
People get it, like I said, because there's a whole lot of veterans as well. And people get the business aspect too.
It's really cool.
All right.
By the way, all of these things putting over on our Facebook page and our and I've shared that picture as well. Red Friday over on our Facebook page. Cool, Larry. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Really appreciate it. Bob's here.
Hey, Bob, how you doing there, buddy? Put those on, and we'll talk to you as well. Bob from Freedom Arms, Inc.
Yeah, how you doing?
Doing well, sir. Tell us about Freedom Arms.
Well, we're best known for our revolvers, high-powered revolvers, accurate, durable. Probably most known for the 454 Casull. We are the originator of it. So,
tell me a little bit about the company, like the history of the company.
It was started in 1978. Started out producing the little mini revolvers that fit in belt buckles. We run those up to 1988. In 83, we started producing the 454 Casull. Over the years, we expanded the cartridges in it from 22 up to 50 caliber. Then in 1997, we started another smaller revolver, Model 97. It covers 17 HMR up to 45 Colt.
And whose passion was it to start the company?
It was my dad's.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, he'd started it, and he'd worked with Dick Casull some. And
was that his background in designing firearms for somebody else or something? Or
No. He had started a machinery company and a coal company years ago, sold that off, and started this.
Okay. So he knew a little about tooling at least, right?
Yep.
So he started this, said, I think I can do this. But obviously had a passion for it.
Yeah.
You got to love that.
Yeah, he's very passionate about it. So.
And you saw that growing up, that you.
Oh yeah.
So is that inspiration for you then?
Yeah, it is. You know, it just kind of carries on, and of course, we always want to do the best. You know, we don't want to do volume. We want to do quality, and so that's
I think we told a story the other day about I think the guy who designed the original Glock was so passionate about. He used to draw. Yeah, I think he was right-handed, but he used to draw everything with his left hand. And fire everything with his left hand. Excuse me.
Testing.
So that if testing. So if anything went wrong with one of his designs, he would still be able to draw with his right hand.
And design.
Oh,
isn't that wild? I mean, that's dedication right there. Knowing, all right, this.
Yeah.
You back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that takes a truly dedicated professional like you and your dad, obviously.
And you're located Wyoming.
In Wyoming.
Wyoming, and is that where you design and manufacture?
Yeah, everything's right there in one facility. Small company, 15,000 square feet.
What part of Wyoming?
Employees. We're right on the Wyoming-Idaho border, about halfway up the state, 50 miles southwest of Jackson.
So you're not too far from
We may have
Yellowstone,
driven right through there. We were up in Yellowstone a few months ago and drove through parts of beautiful country up there.
Oh, yeah.
It is gorgeous, and best thing I like, nobody around.
Yeah.
As you can miles and not encounter a human. Not that I dislike human beings.
Not that Brad is jaded. Life has kicked Brad around or anything.
Not that I want to get away from people now.
Yeah.
Well, we get a lot of snow in our area. It gets a little chilly, so that tends to keep the population down.
Yep, that helps, right?
You know,
that
it
helps
keeps out the riffraff.
There you go. There you go.
That's exactly it.
So one of the things we like to do on this platform is spotlight, and we do not just when we're at SHOT Show, but every so often as businesses, because we love to hear about cool products, and the audience loves to hear them as well. But we really love to hear about that entrepreneurial spirit. Obviously, your dad had it. You're carrying it on as well. A lot of that's lost on younger generations in America. America, I don't think, has the same passion as a country about, entrepreneurism to me isn't just, I'm going to start a business. It's not just about making money. Nothing wrong with that. It's that spirit. It's that I have something, and I'm going to try it. I'm actually going to do it.
Yeah. And it does take a lot of drive, and determination, because you're going to go through. Things aren't going to work quite the way you thought. You got to figure out how do you adjust that, how do you work it through and get it to a final product.
You're going to get kicked in the gut.
And then how do you get the customers using it and recognizing it? It's like for us, we do virtually no advertising. Our sales are word of mouth. Our customers are our salespeople.
That speaks volumes.
And it's like, and it's not just the customers, it's the results. If you get in the silhouette shooting, in the revolver categories, we dominate that worldwide.
Explain silhouette shooting.
Shooting out to 200 meters, revolver shooting, knocking steel silhouette targets down.
Okay.
It's like one silhouette shooter told me one time. He says the biggest problem with a Freedom Arms gun is if you don't have one, you're going to be shooting against them, so you don't have a chance. And he ordered a gun. So
who was the guy? And we were just watching the video of. I have no idea what kind of gun he was shooting, but he was the fastest shot in the world.
Bob Munden.
That's him.
Yeah.
We were watching that, and the fact he shot 2 balloons in the video, it comes up as one. You only hear what sounds like one gunshot.
Yep, Bob was great. I mean, he's a great person and great shot. I mean, just thoroughly enjoyed Bob Munden.
So that's somebody who loved shooting his guns.
Yeah.
So what's next for you guys? You working on any new designs?
We're always working on something, but we're not ready to introduce it.
I've been saying that. Okay, tell me what you got coming up.
Well, I'm always pretty careful about that. I make sure that everything's ready before we talk about it.
That's smart. So do you do any design yourself? Or at least
I do quite a bit.
You do a bunch of it? Yeah. And when you design, do you do start to finish, or do you do like mock-ups, hand it off to somebody else? Or is it a collaborative thing?
It's a collaborative thing.
Okay.
We've got group of people, and like I'll start working on a design, and then I'll run that across to others and see what input I get there, and then incorporate that input into it and just keep going through it. It's like we also do a single shot handgun.
Oh, okay.
And when I went through it, I did 6 months to a year of just research. No design work, just research.
Why would somebody want a single shot handgun?
You got long range capability. Take rifle cartridges, which in a revolver, rifle cartridges don't work.
Right.
So single shot works well, and you can reach out there a long ways with it. Last year I did one in 6.5 Creedmoor.
Okay.
New cartridge, and took it to a competition shoot. there in northeastern Wyoming, and,
right,
and ended up second place at 1,000 yards.
Oh, that's nice.
Think about 1,000 yards, 10 football fields.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
That's a long way.
Yep.
So, do you have any custom guns you've done for yourself, just tinkering? You ever lying around?
You know, yeah, I've got things
That's
I
gotta be
putted
kinda cool.
with that,
Yeah.
that maybe didn't work out so good.
Oh, okay.
You know? Usually, if it worked out good, then
It
it's
ends
on
up
the
something
market.
else, okay.
But yeah, I've got a few of those mistakes around.
Okay, that's kind of fun.
Do you
though.
keep those, or do you like melt them back down after you make a prototype? If you,
No, we'll typically keep prototypes. You know, if nothing else, as a reminder, don't do this again.
Right.
You know?
And this is an example of what you don't do.
All right, gather around, staff. Gather around. That's awesome.
That's because for most people, they look at a gun. That's okay. All of these revolvers look the same, but when you look at them, they've
So
all
different.
They all have different features.
Mechanics. The
And-
mechanics. It's one of the biggest
yes.
things.
And is that what you do? When you are redesigning or working on a new design, is it the mechanics you look at first, or the aesthetics?
Typically, you want the mechanics first.
Okay.
And then you build the aesthetics into it.
Okay. All right. So it is function over form.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. That's beautiful. These are beautiful guns.
Bob, it was great to meet you. Please let us know in the future what we can do to help you out. Okay, we just
great.
we give free commercials. We love talking about businesses, like I said, people with the entrepreneurial spirit. So you got something coming out, you're working on, cause or something, just call us up and say, hey guys, can you just give me a shout out about the stuff? We'll put you on. Don't worry about it, man.
Sounds good.
Bob, awesome. Nice to meet you. It's Freedom Arms, and do you have a website or where people can find out more information?
FreedomArms.com.
FreedomArms.com is a good
Weird
website
they had
that
the
you got
same
that
website as the company
foresight
name.
to name it that, where
Right,
the website
yes.
would be available.
Genius.
FreedomArms.com.
All right.
Thanks, Bob. Really appreciate that stuff.
We'll put that up on the site too.
How cool! I mean, you are a gun enthusiast.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
You have a gun.
I have a gun. I have a couple.
And another, and then another.
I may have a couple.
Give me a
Squirreled
range.
away here and there.
You have between one and how many guns?
Yes, I do. That's amazing that you would say that, because I do have between one and how
Do
many.
you have under 10,000 guns?
Yes, I do have under 10,000 guns.
Are you willing to narrow that down anymore?
I think that's pretty. I think that's a decent range right there.
Do you have over
between-
two?
Yes, I will. I will confirm. I do have over two and less than 10,000.
As the Marauders make their way down your street.
Yes, they were.
How long? How
they're
as
going
the
to have
aliens
to-
come.
They're going to have to work at it.
Wyoming, Yellowstone blows.
Yeah.
How long could you hold off the Marauders?
Yeah, quite a while. Ron has seen inside the stash.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
More than two, less than 10,000.
It'll take them several hours to get through.
Yeah,
There's no question about that.
I've seen the stash. Now, is that your only stash?
Those records, my friend,
Those records are
sealed.
sealed.
Just say a metal detector might come in handy, and I won't tell you where.
Look, the dude's got more long guns than I've seen anybody.
I hear that a
What-
lot.
What is that? What
I
were
hear
all
that
those
a lot.
boxes?
Yeah.
Well, you have a bunch of the Henry Arms too, right?
Oh, I
Is that
love
what that was?
Henry repeating. I have
Yeah.
several of those. Those are beautiful guns. They make long guns. I have, matter of fact, one of my serial numbers is my initials.
Dude's
Well,
got one of
sort
the largest gun safes I've ever seen.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's a Liberty safe. Liberty
It's a
safe's
Liberty
here as
safe,
well.
yeah.
You've got
Yes,
a
they
big
are.
safe.
I thank you.
Didn't
think you'd notice.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
I
hard
don't like to
miss.
brag. I don't like to brag, but it is large.
Well, and you don't have to brag because it is so big. People
That's
can't
true.
help but notice.
That's
If
true.
they show up in your garage, I mean, it's right
kind
there.
of a blood red color.
Yeah, exactly.
Deep maroon.
And Liberty
Ironic.
safes, awesome as
rather
well.
ironic.
What is your favorite gun?
See, that's a good
I
question.
know because
That-
it's Target versus whatever,
well,
but general to carry.
But my favorite gun to shoot is my 38 Smith & Wesson. I bought it in '85.
Is that the revolver?
That's that revolver. That is the most accurate handgun I've ever shot.
Well, it's revolvers too.
I
Revolvers
can
are
put
awesome.
the pattern I can shoot on the top. It's just really tight. The North American Arms, as I was telling Amelia, that I have the little 22 mag. It is.
You do love that gun. That's legit.
Because it is. I mean, it's so cute, and it will do not mess with a 22 Magnum.
I'm sorry. What is your name, sir?
It's Ron.
Ron
It's
Phillips.
nice to meet you.
Nice
so
to
nice to
meet
meet
you,
you.
The story, the story. Bad guy, good guy. Good guy has the 22 mag, has to shoot bad guy, goes in above his rib cage, through his entire body, out his scrotum.
Is that bad?
That is bad. that is what a 22 mag will do. So when you see this, oh, cute little, it is a great carry weapon. It's not a distance weapon, but most encounters with a bad guy, they happen right here in your personal space.
I would love to be, if you owned a company like that, or even work for one, where you could go in there and tinker and come up with ideas.
I was looking at the guns, and
because Brad is a handy person, tinkers in the garage, can put some stuff together, and you are a gun enthusiast. How cool would that be, able to just...
Well, and that's why I asked Bob the question is, do you look at it, okay, do you start from scratch, I wonder, or do you say, with the way this action works on this revolver, how can I make this better? Can I the spring in here, if I make it a little bit smaller spring, is that going to make the
well, I guess first of all,
the trigger a little more responsive?
What are you trying to accomplish
right.
with it? Is this an accuracy, fun target shooting?
Right.
Is it safety? And then what features are I want it really small but powerful, for example. I wanted something I could conceal, and then do I want a lot of rounds, or what's my purpose here?
Well, and it's, again, working a lot in the tool industry, too. I've known people at tool companies that sell screwdrivers. And every year they have to come out with a new and improved. How many times can you improve a screwdriver?
It's a Phillips head. Get over it.
Yes, that's all it is. You put it in a screw head and you turn it. So they try to come up with all these bells and whistles that 9 times out of 10 just
it's a level on your screwdriver.
Yeah, it's
How
a
often
floor
do you
wax.
need that? Seriously.
It's a dessert topping.
And you're right. And even some of those, although at times you may, it is so rare that you ever would, and quite often you could just accomplish it with something else.
But with a gun, you've got literally the moving parts in there. You've got the accuracy. You've got the barrel. You've got the rifling. You've got the materials. You've got the grip, the trigger.
And ultimately, aside from ones where you hear, okay, that one jams a lot or that one does not, aside from stuff like that, most of it comes down to, once you know the caliber, I like the feel of this one.
Yes.
The gun finds you.
I have a couple of older, I think they're older Rugers that I think one is a 38.
I have older ones.
Yes, you do. But the way it's a ladies' gun, and
don't be ashamed.
I know. Well, I have the small hands. Well, when you hold it, when you fire the gun, the trigger guard actually comes back and just slams me. And this is a 40-year-old gun. Slams you right in the middle finger. So obviously that would be one of those things where it's when you're designing them. Ow! We might want to change this a little bit. Ow!
I like this gun, but my middle finger always hurts. I wonder why.
I have a black and blue middle finger.
That's right. I don't know why that is.
But those are the kind of things that I would imagine. It's like that's okay when they release that, they come back out and they make a new and improved model, and that's what makes it.
Joining us now, let me check the card here. Wait a minute. Michael Opelka.
Is that
Twitter handle?
Is that Opelka or
Opelka? On Twitter, it's at Stuntbrain, because apparently he's a stunt brain. What's going on, sir? How you doing?
I'm astounded at our president's brilliance.
Oh, did you get the update? Oh, we didn't even cover this. I forgot. Real quick, let me tell you. So the president, go ahead and lay it out.
He sent a letter first.
He sent a letter?
This morning, Donald Trump, and am I the only one who noticed it? You saw my Twitter post?
I did. We just haven't had as much time to cover it.
Get that close to your mouth. There you go.
Explain how, Stunt Brain.
I heard that at the AVNs last night. The president sent a letter to Nancy this morning.
Nancy
Pelosi.
Super genius.
The half of Chancey, Chuck and Nancy. And it said basically, see you next Tuesday.
Really?
That's exactly what he said.
He said, I'm coming to the house?
He said, does nobody used to use the term see you next Tuesday?
Yes, I was trying to go beyond it, yes.
But the president did it to the Speaker of the House. Just think about that.
No, he actually laid those words out.
He sent a letter that I'm very excited about coming to the House and delivering the State of the Union address next Tuesday. So he sent a see you next Tuesday note to the Speaker of the House.
Nice.
And it's a brilliant close. As anyone who's ever had to sell anything knows, it's the assumed close. So we're going to wrap this up Tuesday. Let's go. We'll deliver the car Tuesday.
Yeah, you don't say yes or no. You just say, I'll be there Tuesday, and they have to object.
Yeah. So, and then Nancy was like, well, she can't do that.
So now he forced her to come out and say,
Yeah.
oh, no, you won't.
And
it puts the negative on her.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And he just had a meeting in the cabinet room where he's talking to some of the business leaders and basically laid that out. But all that sticks in my head is
she has spoken now and said, no, you're not.
Yeah. She sent a letter back.
And it said,
basically, that no, it's not happening. We're not.
Now,
doing
here's
that.
the thing, and we'll
because,
cover this.
Because the security, and he then went on television and said that when she initially sent me the invite, we were weeks into the shutdown. We were 2 weeks into the shutdown. Security wasn't a problem, but now it is because it's convenient for her to shut down the speech.
So we'll cover this more in greater detail tomorrow. Matt Locke will cover it as well. We'll have this stuff. But the basic idea is the president cannot force the Capitol, the House, the House side of the Capitol, or the Senate side, either one to do anything. Those are separate branches. Nancy Pelosi, as Speaker of the House, has complete control over the House side of the Capitol. The Speaker of the House determines the temperature, the color scheme, what's served in the cafeteria, because they control the majority party, and the House votes on all of these things. Right. So what she wants gets. Whether or not it's no smoking, things are recyclable, everything, including whether or not the president can come and speak.
That's right.
Now, he can show up there. He cannot force his way in.
Right.
She could turn him away. If the president were to try to force his way in, he would be absolutely wrong. It would be a constitutional crisis if he did that. But you've got to remember the Senate is controlled by the Republicans. Theoretically, he would have a home over there, right?
Well,
although they don't have the facility, but still.
They do. They do. Had a discussion with our pal Thomas Massey about this very fact. Rand Paul.
They can fit 535?
Yep.
Where would they fit him?
Rand Paul has already put out the invitation, did it 2 weeks ago himself when this kerfuffle first began. And the floor, the well, will hold the 100 senators. And there's a little room for some spillover, but it's the gallery that will hold easily the additional 435, maybe a couple
That's
of guests.
incredible.
But do you think the Speaker of the House will sit in the balcony?
No.
Oh, no.
No, because, they always sit behind the president.
Right.
And they're, the vice president and the speaker sit back there, and we count how many blinks.
Folks, this is history too, because imagine if it came to that next week, whether the president shows up purposely to be turned down by the Speaker of the House, and then it goes, I'm just going over to the Senate, right? Or if he goes over to the Senate to begin with, I'll just go over to the Senate.
I'm over here.
Mike, if they can fit in there, which I think they would, but that makes sense.
No, they can.
If you can do that, you may set a brand new precedent in America, whether the president goes to the other house of his party. It dates back to the year 2019 with then President Trump, right?
Yeah.
Tradition, these things, like the inauguration on one side of the Capitol that Reagan broke with one time, right? That's what you're talking about here.
The whole thing, this entire presidency is history making when you look at it. So no difference. The guy's always been a disruptor. Yeah. So this is the potential for some fabulous political theater that I just think he's played this brilliantly. He knew when he dropped that note this morning what the reaction was going to be.
Oh, I think they have this planned every step.
Yeah.
I think he has thought this out. And if he hasn't, he's certainly got people who are thinking it out for him.
They're wargaming it. And, and there was the old Steve Bannon whiteboards. Those are probably now filled with this chess match.
If this, then this. Yeah. If this, then this.
The Venn diagrams. Or whatever they are.
I would love to help out and just offer suggestions in that room.
Yeah.
Because I know how to give people
This
the
is
business.
the same guy who loved having that camera come up. You're fired. It's the drama.
What's the tall guy's title? Oh, he's secretary of giving people the business.
Giving him the business. That's right. He's giving him the business.
That's a new cabinet
position.
position.
That's right. I mean, it's not cabinet level yet. We're hoping to raise it to that. Right now, he's just the czar of giving people the business, All right, Michael Opelka. You can find him at pureopelka.com. I really don't. I don't think I usually plug that, but I should.
No, that's right. You should.
Pureopelka.com.
Trinkets there.
So it's not filtered Opelka. It is pure.
No,
it is not. Is it not? It's not refined.
Well, no, that would be dangerous to your innards.
Okay, good.
But it's pure.
It's pure.
Which also means the FDA's like,
Is that?
We don't know about that.
I don't know how pure that is. Do you meet the standards of pure?
How many moronic parts per million are there?
By the way, they're not inspecting our food right now, so I'm rather afraid to eat anything.
Sounds good. Now, my friend that I just met,
Ron,
has given me a one-finger up mark.
Which means we have 13
usually
and a half
means,
seconds.
by most producers, 1 minute.
Right.
But he's given me that several times today, which had meant 10 seconds.
That was a different thing. This one, however, could mean 3 minutes. We're just not sure yet.
Just waiting. We'll see how it's played out. So far, it's more than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It could be 30. I think we're at the 30 mark now, so whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Don't forget to follow us all across social media. Check out all the videos. There's some cool stuff. We've got some other videos we're going to post of some of the gadgets and cool things we've seen here at SHOT Show. We have 2 more days at SHOT Show. Tomorrow morning we'll be live on the air, and then tomorrow afternoon and Friday from 3 to 5 with all kinds of cool stuff from SHOT Show Sands Exhibition or Expo Center rather in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yes.
Okay, I guess we're
done.
Probably
now.
a minute then. All right, very good.